All right. Fire them up. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Genre of Your Life podcast, a show all about movies, TV, and the genres that define us. I'm one of your hosts, Doug Jones. With me, as always, is my amazing co-host, the wonderful, the amazing, incredible Mr. Nick Johnson. What's up, my man?
How you doing, bro?
What's up, boy? Good to see you, man.
You too.
Dude, happy first official week of the new year.
Yeah, it's 2025.
Yeah, not the best start, as you know, because of the news and everything going on.
Yeah.
We're praying and hoping for all our friends and family and colleagues in LA, everyone in LA. Please stay safe, keep safe, evacuate if you can, and yeah, our hearts go out to you guys. Please evacuate if you can. Stay safe, have a plan, be safe, be careful, and our very own Moses out there right now too. So we're thinking about him and all you fine folks out in California. So please be careful and please be safe because it's sad. It's sad seeing this, but hopefully we can cheer you up tonight with a fun episode of the podcast. Of course, again, this is the 67th episode of the podcast. We are close to the 70s. We're going up there. We're getting up there. We're going up there, of course. So hope you're still enjoying the show. Again, if you're new to the show, welcome to the show. If you're a returning guest, welcome back to the podcast. Of course, you can find the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, or your favorite podcast platform of choice. And now you see our beautiful faces now on the YouTube page, youtube.com/Midway Avenue Productions. Whether you're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, subscribe, rate the show, please review the show for us. It means a lot to us. And again, to our Apple Podcast fans, I know I'm a broken drum. I'm a very old man broken drum at this point, but please help us get to 200 ratings on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out so much in terms of sponsorship, as well as more coverage for us to do more events, interviews, and screenings and premieres, stuff like that, more press stuff. So please help us out. And again, you helping out. You already helped us out with South by Southwest, which is we're finalizing our things right now, man. It's becoming more and more real. So our Austin peeps, if you're in Austin, hit us up. We can kind of collab and coordinate with you. If you're going to South by Southwest too, hit us up. We want to hang out with you guys, link up, and collab with you. We have a lot of things we're going to do out there in terms of like vlogs and coverage, whatever. So live stream stuff like that. So let us know. But again, thank you all so much for the support. Again, we have a great year. Past week has been like all about we have so much in store for you guys for this year, and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
It started. So thank you all so much. Alrighty. My friend, before we do our top 10 anticipated, which I think we both have Superman on our list.
Oh, hell yeah. You already know.
You haven't seen Squid Game season 2, correct?
That is correct. Yeah, I started season 1. I got like a few episodes in, but I haven't finished it yet.
Squid Game is one of those shows where it was, I think when it came out, it was like we were getting out of COVID, sort of like, and it was kind of one of those shows that kind of just came out of nowhere. We were like, yo, what is this? And it kind of happened. I think Netflix has that kind of reputation of like those shows kind of like, I don't know, like Stranger Things, for example.
Yeah.
Ozark. You're just like, wait, what? And they kind of just like take off.
It's kind of like surprise hidden gems a little bit.
Right. They're not shows like that were established fan bases like any of the CW shows or any of like, I say like even shows like Game of Thrones kind of had like a built-in audience already going in. Even shows like Daredevil and a Punisher and Luke Cage had kind of the established fan base before this. And I think when Squid Game came out, it was like a more fucked up Hunger Games. Like, okay.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
And I remember watching it. I think I was a little late, so maybe a month after it debuted. I remember our friends at the time, even my dad was watching it, and it was like, yo, you haven't seen Squid Game? Like, the show was fucking crazy. And I was like, I was seeing all the fucking TikToks about it, and I was like, what is this show?
Right.
I was intrigued, so I'm like, like, I guess. Like, again, I like the premise, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little worried that was being a little overhyped for me, because you know me, when us, like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. You're like, is it? Or you're just saying that because you're feeding into the hype, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of like caught up in it.
Yeah, and I think what I think about this show is very interesting is that this wasn't a Netflix show originally. It was acquired by Netflix, and I think that part of this too is I'm trying to share a screen before I forget to. I think part of this as well is that Squid Game was a show that was picked up from Netflix. It was a Netflix-made show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, as someone who really enjoys the first season a lot, this season was a bit of a step down.
Really?
Yeah.
Without spoilers, why do you say that?
Not spoiler. It seems a little Netflixified, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where I was reading an article the other day and watching a YouTube video too. They said that a lot of people were saying that like it was okay. It's been a 3-year gap now since this. I think the first season was like I want to say 10 or 11 episodes, and you kind of felt like intrigued by like, hey, what's gonna happen next? The storylines, like how the first one did a better job of kind of telling all the different like storylines and different subplots, whatever. People that really interesting, and this kind of felt like, oh, it was only half of a season because season 3 is coming out this year in June, I believe.
Okay.
It feels like one of those kind of like really big like layups of a season where like I think of movies like Infinity War. It's like a cliffhanger, but like you can watch that movie on its own and still be satisfied with that. Yeah. Or I think of like an example, Across the Spider-Verse. Like, yes, it's a big cliffhanger as well, but like you can watch it on its own and still be fulfilled. You're like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. Okay. It's not one of those like Harry Potter Part 1s, Hunger Games Part 1, whatever. Yeah. It was like, what's gonna happen next? And right. Like, okay, and we get it. Like this big kind of like part to be continued thing. And this was like a very big teaser for more things to come in season 3. And it just didn't. I felt like they spent a lot of time just dragging it on. Yeah. Where the first season had like maybe 2 games per episode, wherein this had like a game every other episode, or like something really serious at the episode. You're like, oh, okay. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I told my friend Sebastian about this last night too. We both agreed that there was a lot of predictable things. So you're like, wait. Oh, come on. Like, it was kind of like, it was a little too spoon-fed for you. Like, I don't know. What do you think this means? I'm like, oh, come on. Like, we know.
We all know what it means.
We know what this means. So I'm like, wait a second. So it just felt like, I think the first 2 episodes were very David Fincher and Tarantino style, which was pretty cool, which I appreciated. And I was really hooked. Okay, cool. We're kind of like, we're establishing this whatsoever. But then I realized when we have 7 episodes, I'm like, oh, you're spending a lot of time just setting up this thing up. And I was kind of like, oh, I wish you could maybe just like take some maybe less time to do that. Maybe kind of like go on with the show. But the pace was a bit off compared to the first season. I feel like you can definitely tell the budget is like way higher too. Like, how well it did a couple years ago. Netflix goes, here's a big bag of cash. Like, gotcha. Go crazy. But I do feel like Netflix had a lot to say in things of like, either drag this out, include this, include that, whatever. You're like, ooh, because again, like I said, the first show was made not for Netflix; it was acquired by Netflix. And I think when you see a lot of movies nowadays, so like think of movies like they go to the film festivals, like a TIFF or Venice or even Cannes, like they're looking for buyers, they're looking for distribution. And this was the first. This season was the first one that was made under the Netflix umbrella officially. You can tell, like, here's more money, like. You can do this, you can do that. It's like, okay, like, sure, I guess. But I think the performances are pretty good for the most part. I think it's still worth the watch, but it's definitely a step down compared to the first season. I'm still intrigued for season 3, don't get me wrong. But, like, when the cliffhanger ended, I was like, that was it. Like, I wasn't like, okay, I'm itching for more, but I wasn't like, what's next? Right. What's next? I was like, okay, like, cool. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't really like gripped the way I was with the first season, where I was like, I could watch more, but also too, I felt like it was kind of a cash grab that like the first season could have ended on its own, and be like, done. Like, I don't know if we need a season 2. Like, I don't know if we need season 2. It definitely had elements, because you haven't watched Catching Fire, Hunger Games yet, have you?
Not yet, no.
We'll do a whole rewatch before the next one comes out in 2 years. This definitely had the Catching Fire. That's spoilers for you. Catching Fire kind of feel to it, or like, ooh, this is kind of cool to bring in this, whatever. But they never fully capitalize on what made Catching Fire the best of the series, of the books and the movies. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, whatever. They for sure pay homage, kind of like to that kind of like best, kind of like Catching Fire-esque style of storytelling. But it never really kind of like took it there. And someone else online said the other day too that like we knew the games in the first one, like. For the most part, like, oh yeah, like, you know, like tug of war, like, oh yeah, that's what. And this game, except for like the red light that we saw in the first season, none of these games like are all new to us, which is cool. I again, that's not the same thing over again, but like it was a game about being on a carousel and hide in a room for 4 people. You're like, wait, wait, what? And so people were kind of saying that maybe having games that are more universal would have made more like, hey, tic-tac-toe, but you're dead.
Right. You'd be able to kind of like get more into it, like not relate to it, but be more vested in it.
Right. And I think that's why I think I enjoyed the reality show of it all. There's also reality Squid Game like competition came out like 2 years ago, and that was kind of fun to watch because like, oh yeah, I know that game, or I know this game, game. It's kind of fun. Where this was like games of like, wait. It felt very random. It kind of felt like made up on the spot. Like here, and again, I support originality in that whatsoever, but it just didn't feel like invested, or I didn't feel like as like nervous as I did like the first season with like the game, like the glass, the breaking glass, whatever. I was like, oh my god, like, please don't do this. But it's still good. I think it's still, if you're a fan of the first season, it's still worth the watch. But I think lower your expectations and lower your standards. I feel like this was a bit of like, it didn't feel fully developed the way the first season did. But I think if season 3 can deliver more and a bit of a better, maybe a better, maybe satisfying season, I think this might make this season a bit more better. I think of it like the Matrix thing, where the first one was like beloved. Yeah. And part 2, people were like, it was cool, but wasn't the best one. People were like, no, watch 3's gonna be the shit. And 3 was kind of like, no. Yeah. And go ahead.
No, I just agree with you. Yeah.
No, but I think if Matrix 3 was better, then I feel like if Matrix 3 was better, then maybe probably would have made 2 even better for most audiences too, if that makes sense.
No, I can see that.
Because I think Infinity War is a great. I like Infinity War over Endgame personally, but I think Endgame also makes Infinity War a lot better too.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the part 2 of a story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like where it's like, I guess going back to your point about the Matrix, like, I don't know, like how do I
And the 4 came out, we were like, okay.
Yeah, like there was definitely a lot of hype for 4. I feel like with the Matrix trilogy, it did get like kind of progressively worse. And the thing with like the third one is presumably this is going to be the end of this whole entire story. So it kind of needs to be the best one. And it was, in my opinion, it was the weakest of that initial trilogy. I think for me, it's like 1, 2, 4, and 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really? You would put 4 above 3, huh?
Yeah, because like 4 at least had like, it had introduced some more like some newer concepts, some kind of like interesting concepts.
Interesting.
But it's still just kind of like, it introduced them, but it didn't like fully go there with it, in my opinion. And 3 was a solid ending, but something about it just wasn't. I don't know. Something about part 3 just wasn't really hitting. Dope ass poster though.
They really had the best posters for this franchise. I do like in 3. I do like the battle with him and all the Smiths.
Yeah, like
my shit.
That battle was dope, but like something about like when it was when they had entered Zion, like all the machines and everything.
Yeah,
it's like it's weird because it's like, I mean, this makes sense. Like naturally, this is what it would lead to, but it just for me, it felt like it dragged on. I don't know, like when you feel me, I'm kind of like, dang, even like just I don't know, maybe I would have liked it more if like the entire Trinity of like that, like not like the whole Trinity, but if it was like Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity were in the Matrix and it was like a final battle together, because I think it was like they were all separated, but we think of them, at least for me, like I think of them as like this is the group, like yeah, maybe that's what it was. Like it was just kind of like everyone was too spread out. Yeah.
Do you think, and you know about the whole Will Smith thing, right? With his little tease.
I heard that he teased something. I heard that it might be like a tease for like Matrix 5.
Whereas I'm trying to find his little thing he posted. I will not star in Matrix 5. I like that. I'm pretty sure it's a Super Bowl ad. I feel like the Super Bowl, like
I'm not mad at that, but I'm like, nah, like I don't want it to just be like, oh, what if Will Smith was in Matrix 5, except it's just a Super Bowl ad. Like, nah, I would kind of just rather see the movie.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah, play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he did Wild Wild West instead. Oh wow. Better fit from at the time.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a Super Bowl ad. Go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I really think it's gonna be something like so absurd. How remember like they did like a pop chip Breaking Bad ad. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a Super Bowl ad. Like it's gonna be like Will Smith. Like
I'd be down if
Amazon Prime.
Like actually, dang, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it if, like, let's say this is Matrix 5. Like, maybe this is like a previous iteration of the Matrix or like a future iteration of the Matrix.
Remember, Drew Goddard's doing the fifth one.
No, you know what I just heard? Because and bear with me because I'm a little tired, but there was a theory going around that the Merovingian, the French guy who was introduced in the second Matrix, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
He had that whole speech at the dinner table about like he's like cause and effect. There was a theory that he was the first one. Oh. But he was like a program, you know, obviously he's a program, but when he was supposed to go to the source and get deleted, he just didn't. He ignored that rule like how Agent Smith did in like the second and third one.
Oh, that's right. He was in the fourth one too, right? That was so weird.
I don't even think I recognized him in the fourth. No, I did, but I was just kind of like, this is I didn't get the point of that cameo other than to like bring him back. Sorry, no, you're good. But the theory was like he was the first one. He figured out how to avoid deletion, and then he showed like other programs how to avoid deletion. So that's why like the scene where the character's name is Persephone, Monica Bellucci's character. She was talking about when she had like shot those two guys. Oh yeah. Because apparently they were like werewolves or something. Like they were from a previous iteration of the other Matrix, but he just showed all these programs like how to do it. So apparently like Matrix 5, I think the theory was it was gonna be like when he was the one, and it was gonna show like like his whole story, like how he was supposed to like go to the source, get deleted, but then he just like, you know, escaped and showed everyone else how to escape. Because I think even those two like ghost twins that were in the second one. Oh yeah. That's my shit. No, they were fucking dope. But I think they were from like the second or third version, and they were like within that version of the Matrix, like they were actually just ghosts or something. Okay. But they just, you know, kind of survived into like the newer versions. But I mean, it's all speculation at this point. But
I like Drew Goddard. I think Drew Goddard's proved himself as a writer and director. I think he's made some really like hits that no one's seen, like Cabin in the Woods, El Royale. Oh yeah. I think he was the showrunner for Daredevil as well. He wrote The Martian. He wrote the first Cloverfield. Like, dude's a good writer. So I feel like if he has a good pitch and that WB like said, hey, sure, why not? Because he'll be the first director that is on Wachowski to do Matrix. So I'm like, hey, he's proven himself. Yeah. But no, honestly though, but again, I do think when you watch Squid Game, let me know. We'll talk about it on the pod too. That like. Again, it's not a bad season, but like
it just didn't hit like that.
It didn't hit like that. And I do think that 7 episodes were just the pace was all over the place, and it was like it wasn't really structured the way it should have been. There's definitely some intriguing things. First, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't think that like it just didn't feel like satisfying or full. I was like, no, okay, because the first one was like, oh shit, like this is some shit. But again, too, I do like the David Fincher, Michael Mann, Tarantino style filmmaking in the couple of episodes. But he has that like that zoom he has in Tarantino that has a zoom very similar to that. And like that zoom into the character is pretty cool. But again, I do think if you're a fan of the first season, definitely watch it. But again, I say just lower your expectations. But yeah, looking forward to 3. Hopefully, it kind of redeems this kind of like season, but we'll see. So check out for that. Alrighty, my friend, let's get into the main topic tonight, and that is our top 10 most anticipated of 2025. And my good sir, you have the floor, my friend.
You want to do like I do one, and then you do one, and then we just go like back and forth like that?
Let's do it.
Okay, bet.
Let's do it.
So
I like that.
For me, listen, y'all know what it is. Number 1 at the list, Superman. I mean, come on, like that, because
surprise.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, you know, it's Superman. Like, I'm really excited to see what James Gunn and company do with it. It's you know what's funny? I'm still iffy on the suit in general, but I feel like the purpose of the suit is not necessarily to be aesthetically pleasing, but more like. It's supposed to like serve the story because I heard like David Cornsweet, he wanted. Damn, that's a dope poster. Yeah, I need that.
That's cool, right? Yeah,
I need that. That's that. I'm gonna get that like framed, and then I'm gonna hang that over my bed.
That'd be cool.
And that's going to be the whole decor. But no, like he wanted it to be like because it was like his idea to do the trunks, and he's like, I feel like Superman would want people to feel like safe around him and feel less threatened by him. So it's like, you know what? That is something Clark would do. So it's like that makes sense, and I can appreciate it for that. And again, I've said this many times before. There's elements of the suit that I like. There's some that I'm not really feeling as much, just from a visual standpoint. But I feel like story wise, it makes sense to me because also Superman, he's not really even focused on looking cool or looking intimidating. He's just it's like Christopher Reeve said. It was in an interview. Like years ago, but he was saying like the whole point of Superman is that he wants to be a friend to everybody. He just wants to be there for everybody, and that is the vibe that I'm getting from David Cornsweet's Superman so far. And even just going into like the costume, like I was like, okay, because there's elements to that. I don't want you to be scared of me, so like I'm willing to look a little bit goofy because like the suit's kind of baggy. I'm not a fan of the trunks at all, to be honest. But it's like story wise, I get it. So yeah, Superman, and it's the start of the new DCU. I talked about it a bunch of times before. I'm not gonna talk you guys' ear off about it today, unless you want me to. But
show, my friend.
You feel me? But no, I'm really really excited for this movie and for the universe overall. But like,
that's cool.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, my thing is like just get Superman right. Just tell like an amazing Superman story that's true to the character, true to the essence of the character, and so Superman is my number one. Nice. Everything else on my list, there's no particular order.
I'm with you on that. I didn't do mine in order too, but I will say that I'm with you too. Superman's on my list too, for the same reason that like you. Think about why you love Superman. It's very how I love Spider-Man. That when you talk about Superman, like I get so intrigued because like you have this such love for this character. They're like, I'm hyped for this movie even more now thanks to you. So again, to me, I remember watching Superman Returns with my dad when we grew up in IMAX as a kid, and I was like, this is so cool. Like,
you saw it in IMAX?
I did. So back in the day, IMAX had this thing where it was like, do you remember partial 3D? Do you remember this at all?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so select scenes were in 3D only.
Oh, okay, because Spy Kids 3 was partial 3D at the theater I went to, yeah.
Yes, select 3D. And I remember, like, wrong thing. Wrong thing. It was like Spy Kids, you're right. Spy Kids had that. A lot of, like Rodriguez's movies had that. And Superman Returns had that, too. And I was, as a kid, I was like, oh, my God, this is, like, so cool, whatever. Like, and this is like right before IMAX actually kind of like took off when Nolan did Dark Knight. And there's right there. I remember seeing this poster. It was like anyway. You're watching this movie. It would say boom boom. Put on your glasses. Like the scene where he takes shaves the plane, and then the scene all the kryptonite whatever. Like
with the where he like lifts the mountain up.
All three.
Those are my favorite scenes in that movie, bro.
And it was cool because it was like there is select scenes in 3D. There it is, green flashing means put your glasses on.
Oh, if I had a fucking time machine, bro.
Yeah, it was really cool because I was like, oh, cool, because like this was like right when 3D was kind of like taking off too. It was like right on the Spy Kids era, like the Disney 3D stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, I love like you too. I love Man of Steel so much. I really there it is. Select 3D. I love Man of Steel a lot. I'm a little like look how big those fucking glasses were back in the day. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what you wore. That's what we wore. I was like, all right, cool.
It was worth it for Superman Returns.
Oh, 100%. So I love that kid. I love that movie. I still do actually. And then of course, I love Man of Steel. So I'm optimistic what James Gunn's gonna do. I don't like I don't like all his decisions so far. I don't like all his kind of wording and phrasing about stuff. And,
like what? What you mean?
Well, someone the other day was when they said, "Oh, we took over DC." I didn't do that. I'm like, "No, you did."
How he kind of is like changing some stuff up, but it's it's a little bit like inconsistent.
Josh Hart was on the Happy Sad Confused podcast. He was saying, "So we took over DC," and James was like, "I didn't take over. I was offered DC," and I was like, "You still took over DC,
yeah,
bro.
You was offered the job, but." It's the same shit. Respectfully, of course.
You took over. So I'm like, we'll see. But again, I do think this is going to be this. We're seeing the start of another cinematic universe, and this movie is very important because of that. Will it be $1 billion film? I don't think so, but I think it'll be probably close to it. And I do think people want to see like what this is. I also think it's smart to cast an unknown for Superman too. Like we saw the Twisters, but like this wasn't like you don't have Timothée Chalamet or Glenn Powell as Superman.
And you know what too? I think honestly, I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I really don't think I am. It seems like every like major Superman movie, they were pretty much they were a relative unknown before they got cast.
Absolutely.
Christopher Reeve wasn't like the biggest actor when he got casted in Superman the movie. Brandon Routh wasn't like the biggest. Like he got notoriety because of Superman. Like, you know, Henry Cavill, he had been in some movies too, but like, you know, Man of Steel kind of put him on the map. And even like David Cornswell, he's had a few movies too, but he wasn't like a household name.
He's not.
So that's an interesting pattern.
You know, he's not. So I think it's smart. I think it's smart, and that's why I know people love. Again, I don't think he's the worst Batman, but I think that I do hope that when they casted Ben Affleck, I was like, oh, I see Ben Affleck. I don't see Batman. I see Ben Affleck.
It's weird because like with him, I'm like it works because I feel like Ben Affleck just like kind of disappeared into that role. Like objectively, of course, I still see Ben Affleck, but it was just like when I was watching it for the first time, I'm like, yo, his take on Bruce Wayne is insane. Like he's just this fucking Hulk of a guy. I bumped the chair. He's like a fucking Hulk of a guy, but he's still like kind of sleuthy, like how Batman is. Like he can be like, you know, like his first scene, he's like up in the fucking corner. It's like, damn, bro, that's Batman. Like just comic booky Batman, and that's kind of one of the things that works so well about it for me. But I see what you mean though, where it's like, because when they initially announced that he was going to be cast as Batman, I was a bit I wasn't for it. Because he was already Daredevil. My thing at the time, at least, was like, if you already played a superhero, don't play a different superhero because it's going to be too confusing. But, you know, like, as time was going on, you know, they're releasing all of these, like, promotional pictures for it. And just hearing, like, oh, this is how they're going to do Batman. And, like, hearing, like, the rumors, like, you know, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And, like, that one right there.
That was cool. That was cool.
That sold me. I was like, I'm in.
That was cool. Because this was being filmed in Chicago when we were in high school, so it was like Ben Affleck's Batman here. Like, where he at? I was like, where he at?
This photo sold me on Batman because like
I think he got an unfair shot. No, I'm with you. He also grew on me too. But to your point though, I think that there's kind of a pattern here with Superman, and I kind of hope they do the same thing maybe with the DCU stuff going forward, casting unknown or relatively unknown actors.
Like, just so you can see them more so like as the role instead of an actor in the role, if that makes sense.
100%. So yeah, I'm with you, Superman. Can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think he's also filmed for IMAX too. So James Gunn.
That's right,
my friend. All right, brother, you're up.
All right, let's see. Number two. 28 years later.
Oh,
hell yeah. Nice. 28 years later. The trailer, like, I loved how unsettling and uncomfortable the trailer was. And I've seen 28 days later. I've seen 28 weeks later.
I know. It's on my list.
We definitely got to watch that.
We'll do like the rewatch for it. Yeah.
We definitely got to watch that.
28 years later. Nice.
Dude, when I saw 28 days later for the first time, because I have, it was like a trailer on another like DVD that I have, and it was like, it just looks so kind of like, and I don't mean this in an insulting way. I don't mean this in a bad way at all. I mean this the most positive way possible. It looked kind of like just ugly. Just the way like the camera work, because it's like, it's kind of blurry, you know, but it's like
VHS quality, right?
Yeah, you know, it looked low quality a little, and low quality just as far as not the camera work, but just the visual style of it. But it makes sense because, you know, it's a post-apocalyptic world. Like, you know, the trailer that I saw, it was like Cillian Murphy waking up in the hospital. He's walking around London and it's just nobody there. It's trash all in the streets. And then even like the zombies, like they just look like, like how this dude look right here. It just, And it's just like, it's not even like the typical zombies. It's just like, it's people with some like fucked up skin and some crazy looking eyes running around, you know, like fucking shit up. And like, I remember like the trailer, someone was saying like never go anywhere by yourself, like never travel in the nighttime. And like when I'd watched it, oh my gosh, that's real. Oh my gosh. That's a fucking mood right there. Sometimes that's how Mondays be coming for you.
Good tweet. Oh, I'm holding off to watch these with you before we see the new one.
Yeah, because both of them, I've only seen them each the one time.
Ah, okay, so kind of be fresh in your mind. Okay,
exactly.
I like that.
But no, 28 years later, they got Ralph Fiennes, yes, Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it. I'm really looking forward to, because like it looks like it's kind of going back to the that more gritty, uncomfortable feel that the first one had, because 28 weeks later, it was a solid movie. It didn't really leave that much of an impact on me. And it felt like it was filmed more, like it looked more clean. I guess it kind of makes sense because they had like the vaccine supposedly for that.
Bigger budget.
Yeah, like that. Because what was it called? Like the rage virus, I think. But no, 28 years later looks it looks really, that's Jeremy Renner right there.
20 years. All right.
I'm really looking forward to this one, man. It just looks so like I can't even say, like, it just looks.
It was a good trailer.
Yeah, like it just. I hope the movie is as uncomfortable as the trailer is.
Yeah,
it's like I'm getting all fired up because I'm really excited for it. But like, man.
And I'll tell you what, if a trailer can hook me that has never seen the first two before, that's a good trailer. And I think 28 years later had that great trailer of like, again, someone who doesn't know this franchise, I was like, oh, I want to see this. Yeah. I want to see this as soon as possible. And Danny Boyle, I think, is a good director. Alex Garland, I think, is a better writer than director personally. So I watch Annihilation, but from what I've seen him as a director, I'm like...
Annihilation is fucking dope. Annihilation goes hard.
I gotta watch it. I've been waiting for so long to watch this, but it's on my list. So, all right, 28 years later, all right. Not any order as well. I'm with you. I'm just kind of randomly. I'm going to do F1. F1 looks fucking dope.
Okay.
And the reason why, because you have Joe Kosinski, who did Tron Legacy. He also did Oblivion. He also did Top Gun Maverick, of course. And he's doing the same technology he used for Top Gun Maverick with like these kind of shots where like he would like how they put IMAX cameras in
the car, so you see them like they're actually driving.
Yeah, because they put IMAX cameras in the cockpit for Top Gun. He's doing the same thing with this, where I was like, oh, sign me up, because Top Gun IMAX was awesome, and I was like, yo,
that was sick.
Say less. But also, again, I like that who's attached to it. I like Damson Idris. I like Brad Pitt, of course. But also, like, I'm looking forward to the whole experience of seeing this movie on the big screen, like the IMAX sound. I cannot wait for that, because I feel like this is what go to the movies for, like the big experience like this. Also, it's an original film too. You know, F1 is an established, sport, but like still though, like you got two good actors, you got a filmmaker, you got a great cinematographer, and if you can do this like the Top Gun Maverick of Formula One, that's pretty cool if you're asking me. So
that's gonna be a damn good movie then.
I'm looking forward to it, and again, I'm looking forward more to the whole technology aspect of the filmmaking, of just like seeing how they can put IMAX cameras in these like small ass driver, like no way. But yeah, and the trailer was really cool too. It was a good teaser too. That like it was kind of like low key. It wasn't anything like this way. But they played the Queen song, maybe a couple lines of dialogue, and it was all like boom, 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 action, action, action. I was like, I'm good.
Sign me up.
So I'm looking forward to it. Again, you have two good actors. I'm looking forward to seeing kind of Brad Pitt plays a mentor to Damson Idris. So yeah, F1. I can't wait for this movie. I'm so excited to see this in IMAX with you. Cannot wait. So F1.
Fantastic Four First Steps.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
F1 to F4.
Hell yeah. But no, like I'm excited for this movie. Really excited to see the Fantastic Four come to the MCU. I'm excited to see also just like a new iteration of the Fantastic Four. Like the first two with what was his name? Ian Gruffold. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Chris Evans, Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis. Like as a kid, like that, those movies were my shit. Mm-hmm. More so the first one.
Me too.
And I feel like they get kind of unnecessary hate. The one with Michael B. Jordan, like I was really excited for that one. It kind of let me down a little bit, but I was, and we ain't gonna talk about that one. But this one right here, like, because also like they're doing something completely different with it. It's the '60s and it's an alternate Earth, like in the multiverse, so that's cool because again it ties in with the whole like multiverse saga. I feel like since we're in the multiverse saga, we should have explored the multiverse more. Like we should have had more movies like this where where it just takes place like in alternate realities. But I'm excited for this. We already know Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom. So I'm excited to see like how is he going to tie in with this iteration of the Fantastic Four. I'm excited to see them being part of the like the whole new rebooted, it's all in one universe MCU now.
Getting it right this, not right this time, but like more.
But yeah, it's like we have like all of the players. It's not like we have the majority of the players, but Spider-Man's over here, Fantastic Four's over here, Daredevil's over here, so on and so forth. So it's Marvel's first family, and so I'm excited to see, and I hope they do them like. I hope they do these characters justice, and I hope we really feel like why are they so important to the Marvel universe? Because in the comics, like obviously it's the comics, so you're able to like do more stuff and explore them more often and more in depth. And because especially since they're doing like Secret Wars, there was one Fantastic Four story. It was called it was written by Jonathan Hickman, and I think it was I forget what it was called, but it was like there was a multiversal council of like Reed Richards.
Okay.
And like it was like they were trying to solve, it was called like the problem of everything. And if they could adapt that somehow in the movies, like I feel like that'd be really cool. But no, I'm really excited to see like this kind of alternate retro futuristic 1960s-ish take on the Fantastic Four. Like I'm really, really excited for it. But yeah.
I wanted to say it made my top 10. It was an honorable mention. I was this close.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, of course. Yeah, like you, I grew up with the Chris Evans one, Jessica Alba ones. And of course, not any details, but we were championing for F4 in 2015 so much.
Yeah.
That they said, fuck you guys.
Because also like with Fantastic Four, I feel like it got like a little bit of unnecessary like hate because people were like dogging on how they spelled it. They're like Fantastic, but it's like, guys, it's Fantastic Four. They were just trying to be stylistic with it. But even with that one, because this was right after Chronicle, directed by Josh Trank, because Josh Trank directed Fantastic as it's colloquially called. But I was really excited for that because it was like, okay, it's a darker take, and like I was excited to see them do. I was excited to see how were they going to handle like the sci-fi elements, but in a more grounded, gritty, realistic type of way. But blah, blah, blah. I'm excited for this. Like the footage that I've seen, because, through like some of the YouTube channels, they were able to like kind of like capture some of the footage.
Yeah, from set, whatever.
Yeah, from, was it like D23 or something like that. But no, I'm really excited for this. And I hope they just go all out. Like, don't hold anything back. Just like shit. Because also, I feel like Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, it's basically going to be like the new Tony Stark in a way. Not that. In like he's like an industrialist, like, oh, well, I'm like, but I think it's going to be like he's going to be like the face of Marvel moving forward.
I get you. No, I'm looking forward to it. I hope they deliver. I'm kind of bummed that John Watts dropped out of doing this because I thought how he handled Spider-Man was his chef's kiss. Yeah. But also that they got the guy who wrote the last Apes movie that we saw over the summer to do the rewrite.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm like, that was a pretty good script. So I'm like, if you're doing a page one rewrite, I'm intrigued. So I'm like, cool. I'm with that. So F4. All right. Now we're cooking. All right. So like I said, it was so close. It was so close to my my top 10, but just didn't quite make it. I'm going to go with Mickey 17.
Ah, okay.
Mickey 17.
I'm with you on that.
I'm looking forward to this. I am a little worried, though, because it's been delayed, like, years. What? Years. Like, it's supposed to come out, I think, 2023. And then 2024 got pushed back. And also, too, it's like, this is from Bong Joon-ho, who won the Oscar for Parasite. A movie that I like, but I don't love Parasite. But still a very well-made movie. It was a very well-made movie, but, like, this has been teased for like years. This movie's been teased for like so long, and that we had this one photo I'm gonna pull up for so long that it's all we had. We had this for like 2 years. That's all we had. We're like, okay, well, what
is this?
Anything else? And then I think it was supposed to come out. I think late 2023. Then it got pushed to 2024, and they got pushed back to this year. And now it's coming out, I believe, March of this year. I want to say. I think Sinners and Mickey 17 switched release dates.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. It's very kind of gives me the vibes of like Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like Stephen Yeun. I like Naomi Ackie, who was in Blink Twice.
Yep.
but it looks very kind of like comedy, but like sci-fi with kind of like a what the fuck kind of genre. And I'm like, oh, I'm with that too. And also again, Bong Joon-ho. Again, he's the Academy Award winning director, and Robert Pattinson, one of our best actors working today. So I'm like, you know what? It has ingredients. I feel like this could be either Toni Collette as well, Mark Ruffalo. I feel like it could be either like really good or like dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it might be one of those movies that's kind of like a bit too high concept, so it might kind of like fly over people's heads, and they might not like appreciate it like that.
Too out there.
It might. Wow, yeah, this might be like ahead of its time.
I think it's one of those films that I think it might do well, but I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if you can have the director of Parasite and Robert Pattinson has enough star power. There's definitely film people like us, like we love movies so much, like cinephiles, definitely want to see it, day one opening weekend. But I wonder what the box office pull will this be, and the general movie going audience of this might be. But I'm looking forward to it. Great cast, great director, great concept. So, and hey, it's an original high concept studio film. Sign me up. So Mickey 17 is on my list of top 10 anticipated movies of 2025. Nick, my friend, back to you.
All right, number 4, Wolfman.
Ooh, next week.
That's right, because like I love the Universal like monsters, because I grew up watching them. Like I think I got like introduced to them ironically through Abbott and Costello. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, because my grandma, like, she had the Bud Abbott and Lou Costello movies, and like they're like a comedy duo, but they would cross over because they're Universal Studios as well. They would cross over with like Dracula and like the Wolfman and Frankenstein and like blah blah blah. And just growing up, like I was in like horror, like all these kinds of like movies, and so like all of those movies I really enjoyed. So like the Wolfman was really exciting for me because I love those characters, and I'm excited to see like this kind of new Lee Winnell take on it, because I loved Invisible Man. I honestly, when I heard about it, I saw the trailers, I was like, how is this gonna work? Because it's like it's a monster, but you're making it like modern. Is it gonna be like sci-fi or whatever? The Benicio del Toro one, I liked that one. I didn't have any issues with it, but I am excited to see this one because again, like Invisible Man was just like a fresh take on the classic character.
It was really good.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how Lee Winnell tackles this. I haven't really. The only movie I've been disappointed with Lee Winnell about was Insidious 4.
Yeah, that was kind of
that was rough. I'm not gonna lie, but again, Invisible Man killed it. I'm really excited to see this. Because like the Wolf, he was just like just the concept of like werewolves and shit. Like as a kid, it was always kind of fascinating, and it was always like just like fun to think about, fun to see, like all the different versions. And so this one, I'm like really, really, really looking forward. And we just saw Christopher Abbott in the hit film Craven, also revolving like animals and killing and shit like that. And we got another MCU star right here. She's gonna be the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four: The First Steps. So it's cyclical. It all ties together. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. And yeah, because I love horror movies, and like the Wolfman, like.
Blumhouse,
Blumhouse
doing it. I'm with you. Also, again, it was so close to making my top 10, and we're seeing this. We're going to the press screening next. It's our first screening of 2025, and again, look out for our reaction and review for that. I can't wait for this. Again, Lee Winnell, have you seen Upgrade yet?
No, that's still on my list. I still got to see that one.
Oh my gosh. With my movies login I gave you a while ago, it's on there. Watch it on there.
Bet.
Upgrade is so fucking good that no one has seen that movie but like me and a few other people. It is awesome. And to your point too, I love how he remade Invisible Man for a more modern day era. Also for like what, $8 million budget movie. That looks incredible. And you watch Upgrade's like what, 2.5 mil, and it looks fantastic. You're like, he knows how to ball on a budget, also make movies on a budget. But to your point too, like I think he will fumble the bag a little bit with Insidious, unfortunately.
Yeah, the only thing with Insidious, it was just like he kept trying to make it like his character, and then I forget the other gentleman's name, but like he I think focused too much on the comedy between those guys. And just the story was a little bit weak. It just kind of felt like we don't really need to see this.
Lee Winnell, man.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, like one step too far, but he's a fantastic filmmaker.
He really is. And his best friend is James Bond. There they are.
Yeah.
There they are. Because they made Saw together. They made Saw, Insidious, and Sinister together.
Love those movies.
Yeah, man, you definitely gotta watch Upgrade. That movie is my shit. I love Upgrade. Again, Upgrade is RoboCop meets John Wick, and it's like a little Black Mirror-esque too, and it's so good.
Because I think when we saw Venom, you saw like it's kind of. I think you kind of compared it to that a little bit.
A little bit. It's I think Upgrade's a better Venom movie than Venom.
Wow. Okay. I definitely got to see it.
And it also has Walmart Tom Hardy.
That's right. Yeah.
Marshall Green.
Who was it? Prometheus. In Prometheus, like everybody was like, "Is that Tom Hardy or not?"
That's Tom Hardley.
That's hardly Tom.
Yeah, but Lee Winnell, man, can do no wrong. I think he's a master filmmaker, so I'm looking for. Yeah, and I'm also hearing the early reaction, like praising this movie. So I'm like, yes, Lee Winnell. Yeah. Not any order. I'm going with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Hell yeah, that is also on my list, but just later on.
Let's do it. Yeah, you and I both, I love this franchise so much. I think this is definitely Tom Cruise's really it's one of those franchises that I think got better as they went on. I know your favorite is 3, my favorite is 4, but it's still it hasn't really kind of jumped the shark yet in terms of what the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah, they've never made. At least in my opinion, there's never been a bad Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible 2, it wasn't bad. It was just this is a bit different, but it was still a good movie. But
John Woo, right? John Woo did that one?
John Woo, yeah.
Of course, slow motion stuff.
But no, Final Reckoning, dude, because I've been watching this franchise my whole life.
Yeah, you
feel me? So
it's our generation's franchise. Really.
Yeah, so it's it's finally coming. Or presumably to an end. I don't know if they're gonna try to continue it with a different character, reboot it or whatever. But dude, when the trailer dropped, oh my gosh, he's like, we've always been on the right side of things, brother. Ving Rhames.
Hey, where's Ving Rhames?
Because also Luther's a favorite character of mine too.
Yeah, where is he? There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
I'm really excited for this movie. Oh my gosh, because it's the last movie. He was narrating it. I feel like this is a theory. This is not what I hope happens, but this is what it kind of feels like might happen. I feel like they're gonna kill him off.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh man, if they do that, I don't know what I'll do.
I think they're gonna kill Benji too. I love Benji and I love Luther, Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, but I think because they. Spoiler for Dead Reckoning Part 1, they did kill off Ilsa. They killed off.
And I was kind of surprised. I was surprised that
they did that. Too. I was what?
It's I don't know if it's the last movie. Why not? I guess, but
they took one white British woman and get another white British woman with Haley Atwell.
Oh my god, golly. That's why Ethan Hunt wasn't even sad in the movie.
He was like,
I'm teasing.
But you're Diamond Dustin.
Yeah. No. We love Ilsa. We love all the characters.
Oh my god, dude. I have a huge crush on Rebecca Ferguson, man. Oh my god, dude. She's a fucking phenomenal actress, and she's just drop dead gorgeous. I loved her in the Dune movies too. So I was bummed. I'm like, no. I was like, don't kill her. I was like, please, no.
No, I'm excited for this, man, and because one thing too is just the spectacle of the movies. They keep upping the ante, and they never let you down. And I heard he was trying to film something in space. If they can actually film in space for this movie, Tom Cruise is crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, he will.
And just
he will do it.
Dog, if they can pull that off, and it's the final movie, and it's just a banger of a movie. Because Dead Reckoning was good. I liked it a lot, but something about it was just kind of lacking for me. But one thing that worked a lot for me was the whole, what was it called? The Entity, where it was we really don't know what's going on because this AI is fucking with everything. Yeah. And normally it's okay, AI as the villain, that seems a bit weak, a little bit played out. But just seeing how it, again, was fucking with everybody in this one. Or in Dead Reckoning was really cool, and it's it seems we're about to delve into Ethan Hunt's past a little bit, how did he get involved in the IMF, and seeing an outsider's perspective, because you mentioned Haley Atwell, her perspective on this is what the IMF is, where it's we kind of just, it's either risk our lives every day for these suicide missions, which we really shouldn't even be succeeding at, or go to prison. You know, talk about a rock and a hard place.
It's like,
you feel
tough.
me? Yeah, it's like that's stuff. I'm not saying I would pick prison, but it's like, I don't know. But no, I'm really excited for this one. I was gonna say something, but I completely
and the rabbit's foot is back too.
The rabbit's foot, yeah, from my favorite fucking Mission Impossible movie, because that was one thing that as much as I love the third one, because it to this day it is my favorite, but the rabbit's foot, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen it yet, it was, you know, it's the MacGuffin of the film. Mm-hmm. They never explained what it was like, and it was the first movie that had Benji in it, and they had a scene where like Benji was like, you know, because they were trying to talk to him about the rabbit's foot, and he was like, you know, when I was in college, I had a professor who kind of had this theory about like it was like some technology that was going to end the world, like blah 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 blah, and you know, like maybe this is it.
You're right.
But like his whole thing was like I don't know, like it was literally just like. Because it was J.J. Abrams, you know J.J. Abrams directed it, and his whole thing is like, you know, the whole mystery box concept, and like, where, like you never really know what's gonna happen, you never really get like the full story. That's what the rabbit's foot is. So I feel like for that movie, it was just, listen, it's the MacGuffin. It doesn't matter what it does. It's just we got to get it. But with this one, it looks like they're gonna kind of like pay it off in a fulfilling way, like maybe get a little bit more into what it was and why is it so dangerous. Because one thing too that I've noticed with Fallout and with Dead Reckoning was like they're tying the entire franchise.
I like
in.
that.
You feel me?
Like
so it's like, bro, and like the fucking rabbits, because again, it ties into the third one. That's my favorite one. So I cannot fucking wait for this movie.
I can't wait too. I'm so excited for this. I love this franchise so much. I love Tom Cruise. I'm a big Tom Cruise fan. Chris McQuarrie fan. I think good filmmaker, but other podcasts. I have thoughts about his comments about aspiring filmmakers, but again, different podcast, different time.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely upped the franchise a lot. I think from when Brad Bird did with JJ, again, you went from JJ to Brad Bird to Chris McQuarrie, which is really good. 3 great filmmakers right there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I kind of want to see Jeremy Renner come back in this, because where's he been?
Yeah, you know, because he was gonna be in Fallout, but they were, at least what I heard, they were gonna. Huh?
Oh, they're gonna kill him, right?
Yeah, they were gonna kill him off in Fallout, and he was like, "I'm not gonna film one scene where like they kill me off," so that's why he wasn't in it. And it's weird because I don't have any issue with Jeremy Renner. I don't know how his character would have fit in Fallout, but you know, like it would
crowded.
be. You feel me? Yeah, but like, because it would be cool to see him.
Yeah,
he's got some action figure fucking forearms right there.
Yeah.
I've never seen that kind of muscle before, man.
When you're Hawkeye, right?
No, I know, yeah, okay. It's all in the forearms, man. That's what it is.
I really hope they don't. If he is in it, I really hope they don't show us in the trailers. Like, look who's back. Like, it'd be kind of cool to like kind of be surprised of like, if you're doing the full circle of this franchise, bring him back. Like, hey, like bring him back for one. The last one, bring him back. Might as well. But yeah, I think also the reason why Dead Reckoning wasn't as memorable. Also, I think it was bad timing. It came out during the summer when it was too packed of movies that were just flopping left and right with like Fast and Indiana Jones and The Flash.
Yeah.
Also, it came out the week before Barbie and Oppenheimer. My man, Paramount, I love you guys. Tom Cruise, I love you guys. Skydance, guys, you went up against the fucking dinosaurs of movies that summer.
Excuse me. But I'm with you on that.
It came at a wrong time.
It did. I feel like it's like, I'm not totally mad at it because like it is a big enough franchise to, at least in my opinion, like compete with like a Nolan film, and I still haven't seen Barbie yet, but it's like I can see like the reasoning, like bro, we're Mission Impossible, we haven't failed yet. So, but it's like, yeah, it was kind of like some big ass movies coming out around that time,
and also I think it got caught up with like. It was also, I think, not to its fault, but the movies that were coming out before that were all flopping and weren't well received, like Fast and like I said, Indiana Jones and The Flash. People were like, man, these big movies ain't doing shit right now for us. It's like,
Indiana Jones, man.
I think also too is that right after Barbie and Oppenheimer came out, the strikes happened. Yeah. And I do think that I get why they pushed this movie out too, because I think if this movie came out after Barbie and Oppenheimer, they couldn't promote this movie. Which would make sense because of the SAG-AFTRA rule, they can't promote any movies during the strikes. But I think also that if this movie came out after Barbie and Oppenheimer, remember in August, for Strays and Gran Turismo and Blue Beetle, there was nothing that August. There was nothing. The theaters were dry as fuck because they were like, what do we got? So I think timing, to your point though, Tom Cruise can handle his own. This franchise can handle his own too. But like compared to like Fallout, Rogue Nation, and Ghost Protocol, this wasn't the return that they wanted to. And granted, I only saw this movie once in theaters with my pops when it came out. Also, too, I had a problem that they false marketed this movie too, like see it in IMAX and like, cool IMAX scenes, and there was not one IMAX scene in this movie. And I said,
which is what you would think Mission Impossible would do IMAX.
Fallout had it. I think Rogue Nation had IMAX scene. I think the plane scene was on IMAX.
I can see. Wasn't the in Ghost Protocol? Wasn't that the Burj Khalifa?
Yes. Oh, dude.
In IMAX.
If they bring back Ghost Protocol in IMAX, we're going day one. Get sweaty ass palms.
I'm spending the night in the fucking theater, bro.
100%. Snyder's movies and Ghost Protocol. I would kill to see an IMAX game because it was filmed with actual IMAX cameras, and that's why Nolan couldn't shoot IMAX for Inception because Ghost Protocol had cameras instead.
Oh my god, Inception with IMAX.
That would have been cool, but they said Nolan was like, damn it. JJ and them already booked it out for Ghost Protocol. But I only seen this movie once. I'm kind of it's on Prime now. I might rewatch it over the weekend. Kind of just like, no, I'll probably wait. No, wait, because
we got to do the rewatch.
We do the whole rewatch. I'll probably wait till the rewatch, obviously. But yeah, I'm hyped for this movie. I'm looking. The trailers were fucking awesome. Like I said, the full circle rabbit's foot, like, starting me up.
Yeah, like everything's coming full circle. Because I thought they did the full. I thought they had already like completed the whole like full circle thing with Fallout or not with Fallout. No, with Fallout because it was like
Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah, because they brought back his wife and it was like I was like, oh wow, like it's all full circle, but like brother, oh my gosh,
I can't wait. So
super excited for that.
Mission Impossible. All right, my friend, you're up.
Let me see. I think we both had Mission. Yeah, we both had Mission Impossible for like the same one on the list. But next one, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie.
Ooh,
dude,
nice.
You know, same with Wolfman, like those Universal monsters. I love those characters, and like I love the Boris Karloff Frankenstein. Like I like that one, but it didn't. My only thing was like, well, it didn't follow the book exactly. It was a completely different story. And then I saw where Kenneth Branagh had directed and starred in Frankenstein movie. It was just called Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And
really?
Yeah, and it followed the book more. And you know, they had Robert De Niro as the monster. And like it sounds so
talking
weird.
To me.
Yeah, I was like, this is a crazy cat because they had Helena Bonham Carter as his like a stepsister, adopted sister or whatever. But
no way.
Yeah, and it was like with that one too, it's like that one followed the book more. But it wasn't really like scary and, you know, disturbing like how the book was. So like visually that does look just like an uncomfortable existence, but the movie was it felt too kind of like romanticized for me. It's too like kind of fantastical a little bit.
To me, this is like a drunk hockey fan.
Yeah, like bro, imagine him putting chapstick on, bro.
Man, you can tell he's
like,
man, he is chapped as fuck in this photo. To our listeners, we're listening to our audio listeners. We're looking at a picture of De Niro and Frankenstein, and this man looks like just dehydrated.
Yeah, he
and
looks
chapped
rough.
lips.
But it's like that's kind of the point, though, I guess. But it was still just like, again, like as far as like this is a better picture.
I can read.
I know. But no, yeah, like the I haven't been like 100% satisfied with the Frankenstein movies I've seen because with the Boris Karloff one, like it was. Yeah. I think for me, just generally more entertaining because I grew up watching like some of the Boris Karloff movies, and but it didn't follow the book. The Kenneth Branagh one, it followed the book more, but it wasn't as disturbing and as grotesque as I wanted it to be. It was it was like a weird kind of just like slightly dark romance story, which, you know, okay, whatever. But so with this one, you know, Guillermo del Toro, he's really good at like kind of creepy, horrific monster movies, you know, Hellboy, the Hellboy duology, Crimson Peak, Pan's Labyrinth, you know, so his Frankenstein, I am 100% on board with this.
This is going to Netflix, I believe, right? I wonder why this isn't getting theatrical release. Because Del Toro, I mean, again, I'm not a fan of Shape of Water at all. You know, shoot me for that, but
I still got to see that one.
I watched it so much when we were in film school. I was like, I get it. She fucks the fish man. I get it. Like, I'll watch Aquaman next year. I get it. But I do like Pan's Labyrinth. I do like his Hellboy movies. I do like I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list. I want to watch the one he did with Bradley Cooper.
Oh, the Nightmare Alley?
Yeah, was that good?
I haven't seen it.
We should watch that.
We should watch it together.
Let's watch it. I think it was on Hulu, it was on HBO, then it was back and forth, whatever. I was saw it in theaters, but I think I was also like, the person I was with at the time, it was like 3 hours, and I was like, yeah, probably not. But I'll watch it. But again, I think he's because he loves movies, he loves making movies, and I feel like he brings worlds to life. And me despising Shape of Water, still a beautiful made movie, a beautiful shot movie. So yeah, and I think it's Oscar Isaac's playing the doctor, right?
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield is Andrew Garfield still
not
attached
anymore.
to it?
I think it's Jacob Elordi from Euphoria.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because remember Ryan Gosling can be the Wolfman had to drop out.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. I think wasn't Chris Evans tied to one of these movies?
I think he was too. Yeah, I think he was.
Was it Invisible Man?
It might have been. Yeah, sounds about right. So. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I think he has a pull enough to be on the big screens. I wonder why he's doing Netflix. But hey, payday's a payday. But interesting. Del Toro, Frankenstein. All right, looking forward to that too.
Hell yeah.
All right, for me, let's see. I'm on my phone. Ooh, yeah, The Running Man. Boy, Edgar Wright is back. Edgar Wright to me. Edgar Wright, Chris Nolan, Ryan Coogler, Denis Villeneuve. They have no misses in their filmography. They have no misses, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's true.
They have no misses, and that's really hard for a filmmaker at any caliber, rookie, veteran, legend, whatever. I fucking love Edgar Wright.
Oh, yeah.
It's Del Toro and Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi, which again, both good actors, but I kind of want to see Andrew Garfield would have killed that in Frankenstein, but
that would be really interesting.
Edgar Wright's he's remaking the Running Man. I have never seen The Running Man before. Have you?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay, so I know it's based off a Stephen King short story or novel. One of the things. But he wants to because apparently that the Arnold movie was like very different compared to the actual book. And Edgar Wright really wants to tap into the book.
He wants to be more faithful to it.
Yeah, it's the book. And Edgar Wright to me has not missed from Baby Driver to Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, West Side Soho. And we also could have been cool to see him as the director of
Ant-Man. Yeah. That was a shame.
But I can watch anything cool. Me and Nick, back in college, me and Nick saw Baby Driver like months before it came out. We were like the first audience to go see it. We were like, yo, this is the shit. This movie's great. But to me, I'm like, ooh, Glenn Powell, who's hot right now. Great actor as well. Again, we should probably watch the first one, the original.
We should, yeah.
And then before the new one comes out. But Simon, you had me Edgar Wright already, and Michael Bacall is writing this with him. Michael Bacall wrote 21, 22 Jump Street, Scott Pilgrim, and Project X. And he's a great writer. He comes kind of like low-key writers you don't know about. And I think he's one of the soldiers in Inglourious Basterds, funny enough.
Really? Dang. Oh, it's always like filmmaking cameos in that movie.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, so anyway, I think it's going to be cool to see Edgar Wright back in the big screen because it's been 4 years since Last Night in Soho. And I like the movie a lot, but is it my favorite of his? No. But still a very well-made movie. But again, Glenn Powell, who I love right now, again, good call casting him. Again, he's hot right now. Michael Castle, who's pretty on the rise right now. Katie O'Brien, I think you got Josh Brolin in this movie too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this movie. Again, I don't know much. I know the premise is like in the future, like if you're going to jail, you can like compete for your freedom or compete for like a televised event, whatever. So I'm like, how can Edgar Wright kind of like make that his own? I'm so there, and I'm so hyped for this movie. It comes out in November. Hey. If you have a work in progress cut, we're gonna be in South by Southwest. I wouldn't mind watching a not finished cut of this movie. I don't know about you, but
hell yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Heartbeat, but no, Edgar Wright, I'm there. He's one of my top 5 favorite filmmakers of all time. And again, I do like he's gonna be kind of like being more faithful to the book. So, but we'll definitely watch the original Arnold and then watch the new one when it comes out in November. But yeah, man, Edgar Wright is the miss. So I'm so hyped for this movie. Oh, I can't wait for this movie. And that is mine. So, all right, man.
Okay, bet.
You're up.
So, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out Mystery.
Oh,
I love the
forgot about that one.
The first Knives Out. I like both of the Knives Out movies, but the first one to me is the best one.
Chef's kiss.
You feel me? It was just so unique, and it was just a fresh take on the whole whodunit. Yeah. You know, the whole whodunit like mystery type genre, because it wasn't so much who done it. It was like, okay, we know who did it. How is she gonna get away with it? And you know, it flipped everything. Like it still had all those whodunit tropes, not tropes, but you know, staples rather, pillars or whatever. But it was from the perspective of the perpetrator of the crime, not from the detective. So you got like a whole fresh thing on that one. But you know, Glass Onion, I liked it a lot. I just think Knives Out was like the stronger of the two.
I agree.
Like, you feel me? Like Glass Onion was dope, you know, but it was like, I think it focused on what's it, Benoit Blanc's character a little bit more, just because you know, obviously because of how successful the first one was, but it was just like you know, but also at the same time it's like if they did it again where it was like from the quote unquote like murderer's perspective instead of the main detective, then it would it might fall into the whole like you're just kind of rehashing the same shit. So like, you know, I get it. You know, it's like if Knives Out was a 9, Glass Onion was like a 8.8 for me. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, like it was solid. Maybe like an 8.5 or 8, but you know, they're both good. But like, I'm just really excited to see a third installment into this franchise because I just fucking love it. And also like Wake Up Dead Man. What a title!
Yeah, it's like what is it? Is it a rolling Dead Man song? A U2. That's what it was. U2. That's right.
Oh wow! Time to start listening to U2.
Yeah. Interesting. I totally forgot about Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah, but also you know because Daniel Craig also he's my James Bond.
Hell yeah.
God. So yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
You know, I'm with you. The first Knives Out was a big surprise, a very pleasant surprise, I'll say.
I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. Like, the trailer was a little bit corny to me, but it was like, it's a solid cast. I'll check it out, but it blew my socks off.
I remember seeing a movie with you in college senior year, and I remember, like, we saw the trailer for it. I think we saw it, and then the people in front of us were laughing so hard, and you were like, all right, calm down. It's not that funny. I thought it was hilarious when you said that. But with also what I understand, too, is that also, we're seeing this in theaters, by the way. I don't care Netflix. We're seeing this in theaters. I don't understand that movie that cost like $40 million to make made like $400 million worldwide, and they go, let's sell to Netflix. Why?
I don't know if it's just like the whole streaming thing. Like everybody loves this movie, so like if we stream it, maybe I don't because I don't get that either, man.
It was like that was a huge. It was an original film that made over $400 million. That's crazy. And nowadays with the stream, and this was like when streaming was becoming this fucking like juggernaut with like Disney Plus and Hulu and HBO Max, all that stuff right before COVID hit. But like, I still don't get like, this movie was so successful and it was beloved by critics, audiences, moviegoers everywhere that it was like, why do you want to capitalize and make more money? I don't know why Lionsgate sold that. That's me. I was like, this makes no sense.
Another thing too, when I saw the trailer for this, because it was the trailer one of the trailers that I seen because that's Leslie Odom Jr. Yep. I don't think he had any lines. Like, he didn't have any lines like, yeah, by the time I saw him in the trailer. When I was like, is that the guy from Tech 9? So, like, that just kind of, like, excited me. I was like, yo, no way. But
even better, guy from Hamilton.
But no, everybody in this movie killed it. Yeah, stacked cast.
Yeah, I think the cast in this was really good. I thought Batista was kind of out of place.
A little bit, because he's like 5 feet taller than everybody.
Yeah. I thought Janelle Monáe she definitely stole the show on this one. Yeah, I don't know. I remember I went to go see because it was playing. Also, I have a problem with Netflix with this movie too because it was like the first time a Netflix movie could play at like an AMC and a Regal or whatever, a Cinemark. It put in like 500 theaters. And I was like, don't you want to put it like big, like larger release? Yeah. And then it did really well for the small amount of theaters it was in. And Netflix goes, nope, it's a failure. Fuck theatrical. And I was like, man, fuck you guys. I was like,
is Wake Up Dead Man going to be Netflix too?
Yeah, Netflix bought for $500 million. They bought the rights to Knives Out. And also, you know why? Because Ryan Johnson and his producing partner, I forgot his name. They own the rights. They own the rights to the movie. So guess what? They got a nice payday when they sold the rights.
Well, there's that, I guess.
I respect it, but if I was Lionsgate, I'd be like, we make so much money.
Yeah, no, we're fucking keeping this.
Yeah, because I feel like if the first one was so beloved, people want to see the second one. it probably would have made 400 mil, if not more, and you would have made double your. I don't know. That's just me personally, but I remember seeing this at like the theater up where I live in Scottsdale, and it was definitely packed. It was really cool, but I was like, I didn't get the same satisfaction as the first one because I was like, the first one was so much fun. And it was also, I remember walking and seeing. Actually, I talked with Joel actually. He was here for my birthday 6 years ago now, and me and Joel was like, man, fuck Rian Johnson, man. Like, he ruined Star Wars for me. And I was like, yeah, I didn't care for Last Jedi, but give him I love Looper. I'll give it a chance.
Looper was dope.
I love Looper. And I remember walking out, me, him, and our friend Keelan at the time, too. We were like, yo, that was great. This was really good. Also, that was a good run because it had that same year, that same like era of movies, that same like kind of like month. It was Ford vs. Ferrari, Knives Out, Uncut Gems, all in the same like month. And I was like, that was a cool run of like boom, 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 like good movies.
That's a good month.
So yeah, I'm looking forward. We'll definitely see it together when it comes out, but I hope it's better than Glass Onion. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
yeah, Glass Onion was good. It was just like the first Knives Out was more clever.
It was yes.
It was just more clever. Like Glass Onion was good, but I think it was a little bit more on the nose. On the nose, it was a little bit more straightforward. Knives Out was just kind of like,
it was a surprise.
Yeah, like I like that shit.
It took the fucking Agatha Christie murder mystery on its head. Like
yeah. But it wasn't like trying too hard. It was like it was faithful to that whole mystery genre, and even like the type of mystery, like that subcategory. But it was still just like, it was still fresh.
Yeah. And it was fun seeing Chris Evans, spoilers, play a villain.
Yeah, seeing him as a bad guy, because I think that's the first time I've ever seen him as a bad guy. Like as an antagonist?
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, true, yeah.
It's a small thing, but
I love when he's like, that's actually hilarious. That's my part.
That was spot on. That was spot on. Lucas Lee, you need it back on set. And he's like, runs it back with Michael Cera. And he goes, can you do a thingy on the thing? He goes, call it grind, bruh. It's so good. All right, so Running Man, you Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out. For me, The Accountant 2.
Yeah, okay, now that's an honorable mention for me.
The Accountant 2 is also one of those movies, kind of like Knives Out was, where I was like, I remember seeing the trailer when I saw Suicide Squad when I moved here in AZ that summer of 2016. I said, this shit looks boring as fuck. I was like, this movie looks boring. I was like, I don't want to see this movie. And I was like, I don't know. It was like way too Equalizer-y. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess, whatever. And all the trailers to me were like, did not sell me. And there was that same song, the like kind of, it was a very overused song. I'm butchering the song, but it was a very overused song that came out during that year. And I said, this looks boring, bro. And I was like, I don't want to see this. And I think ASU had a screening for it for us film students. And I remember seeing it with some friends at the time, people in our dorm at the time. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll see this. Sure, why not? It's a free movie. Why not? I walked in, I was like, this movie's gonna be ass. And then I said, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I just love this movie so much where I was like, this was so good. It was because it was like John Wick Equalizer with like Good Will Hunting. And I was like, I just loved it. I was like, this movie was my shit. This movie was great. Yes, there were some things that are kind of predictable with certain character, like who they were.
Yeah, I think for me, again, like no spoilers, but like when with John Bernthal's character, as the film was progressing, I was like, I know who you are.
Yeah, spoiler.
Yeah, I'm like, I know, because like in the flashbacks, it's showing like, you know, this whole setup, and like it's like he's, you know, so I'm like, I get it, but I liked this. I saw like the majority of it. I like this movie a lot. And it's funny because I think you mentioned Suicide Squad. Yeah. Gavin O'Connor, who directed this film, he was gonna direct Suicide Squad 2, and I was super excited for that because he did one of my favorite Tom Hardy, Joel Edgerton movies, Warrior. And I was like, okay, like if he does, and like, you know, seeing this movie, I was like, okay, if he does Suicide Squad, and like, because it would still be presumably like, you know, like grounded. It wouldn't be like really crazy. It would be gritty, and like he's clearly good at like action, like those like darker stories. So I was really excited for that. No disrespect to James Gunn, but when Gavin O'Connor was like at least like in talks, I was really excited for that.
Me too.
But no, yeah, Accountant 2. Yeah,
we got to watch the first one because lucky for us, we're seeing part 2 because we're on the press list for Amazon. Amazon acquired the rights from Warner Brothers. Also, too. That surprised me as well.
Thank you, Amazon.
Thank you, Amazon. Thank you, Frost. Thank you, Movies More Fun.
Yes.
We love you guys. And MGM. I'm surprised again because it was a sleeper hit. Also, too, this movie got panned because it was also post BVS. So people were shitting on Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck had it rough because also like no one gave a shit about Live by Night.
And it was right after it was Accountant and Live by Night.
I felt because like Live by Night was good. I feel like it got unnecessary hate.
I agree.
And I feel like Ben Affleck just got like unnecessary like everything just because he was attached. Yeah, like it just like fucked him up, and I feel bad for him for that. But because also like none of the 3 movies we just listed, BVS, The Accountant, Live by Night, none of those were bad movies. But like it was just like you could tell that Affleck was just under like hella fucking pressure.
Oh, under pressure. But the first Accountant was a sleeper hit. It made money, but it was original. It made money, but it wasn't like a big commercial success. But people who've seen it love it. Like I'll tell you a story. I remember like when this came out. I bought it on Blu-ray that Christmas, and my entire family came out to visit us for Christmas that year, 2016. And I put all my family was like, "Oh, Accountant, what's this?" And we put it on. Everyone was like glued to the screen, like, "Yo, what is this movie?" I was like, my dad got hooked to this movie. My mom was like, "Oh, this movie's pretty good." Like I'm all hooked on this movie because I was like, "You gotta watch this movie. This movie's so fun." Because no one saw it. No one saw it. I mean, it did modestly well for its budget, but it was like if you watch it, people are like, this movie's fucking awesome. It's so much fun. So we'll have to watch the first one before seeing the new one. I just hope they can like get the same director. Gavin O'Connor's coming back. Same writer.
Good.
Same writer. I wonder. I kind of wonder why WB sold it to Amazon. I think WB has the international rights still, but they sold it to. Well, no, I know why now because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have the first look deal at Amazon.
Okay, gotcha.
After air.
Yeah.
After air. So I can't wait for this. I kind of hope that again. There they are. There's John Berthnall. There's the agent. Yeah, she's back too. JK's back too in this.
Okay, because also, I'm a comic book guy. The agent, she played Amanda Waller on Arrow.
You told me that's right.
So when I was watching The Account, I was like, oh shit. So is Anna Kendrick coming back?
Listen, I'm a huge fan of her. I hope she kind of doesn't. I kind of want a new story.
Yeah, no disrespect. I didn't really get her point in the first one. But it might just be because I need to rewatch it again. So like
let's watch that.
I don't know. Yeah,
I watched it like around Easter last year, and I was like, this movie's so fucking good. Like, it holds up so well. Again, it was a surprise hit, and also I love being proven wrong in general, but about movies especially. I love being proven wrong about movies. I'm like, I walked in like this movie's fucking boring. I walked out, I'm like, I had the biggest smile on my face. This movie was so much fun.
I only like being proven wrong about movies. Anything else, I'm like, nah, I'm right. Like fuck it.
That scene. There's a scene out here. There's the crazy scene where like when he's shooting the pineapple, the cantaloupes, in the old people's barn, and then they're like, call him. She's like, Elaine's like, Christian. He comes in fucking like sniping people. I said, yo, this movie's the shit. So I can't wait. Or there's a scene at the end. I don't want to spoil anything, but like there's a scene at the end where like the person that's hired someone to kill him, whatever. He goes, I hired you. Finish the job. And he goes, and shoots him. Yeah. I was like, oh shit. So I can't wait for Count 2. I really do hope Amazon gives this a theatrical release first off, and that it's good or somewhat on the same level as the first one. Because again, the first one was a surprise hit. Capitalize on how good the first one is. Please don't let us down. Please don't let us down. So I can't wait for Count 2. I'm so hyped for this movie. But up to you, my friend.
Excellent. Sorry.
Count 2. I can't wait.
Sinners.
You and I both, okay?
Hell yeah, bro. Okay, so listen, love Ryan Coogler, love Michael B. Jordan's movies, and because I heard that like when this was coming out, it's like okay, like it's Ryan Coogler doing like an original vampire movie, and so I'm like I'm excited for that. And I think unless I'm mistaken, this movie kind of fucked up the the production of the Blade movies a little bit because
really?
What I heard was one of the earlier drafts of the Mahershala Ali Blade was gonna be like it's in the 20s and he's like hunting vampires, but this movie is on like the 20s, 30s, and it looks like it's some what the fuck is that?
Who is that?
Is that?
I don't know.
I wonder is that like is that like, because I've only ever seen like this aspect of, so I don't know if that's like,
okay,
there's someone add like some AI shit to it or what, but
AI to it, yeah, I did.
But going back to Sinners though, like the trailer. First off, I was sold when I heard Ryan Coogler. I was doubly sold when I heard that Michael B. Jordan was coming back to it, and it's like, okay, so they're doing a vampire. They're doing a horror movie. Like I am all, and it's an original script. I am all for it. And like what I heard, like when Coogler presented the script, they were like, yo, we need this shit now. So I'm really excited to see what he does with it. Obviously I like the Black Panther movies, but I am excited to see what these two do together, like outside of that.
Yeah, original.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really looking forward to that. His accent might be a bit much for me to kind of get used to. He's like, love you, brother. But it's like I get it because it's kind of you feel. But it's like I get it. It's that region, it's that time. But I'm really looking forward to it, and it looks like it looks like it's not even just a straightforward like we're just killing vampires type movie. It looks like all them guns, no Diddy, but it's like it looks like
great shot in the trailer too.
That was a really good shot, but again, it looks like it's like one of those like multi-layered movies. Like you can watch it and like surface level, okay, they're killing vampires, cool, but it looks like it's one of those like
more to it.
Yeah, like what is this? Like what do maybe like vampires like represent? They were talking about like Dance with the Devil. Like there was like that one shot in the trailer where everybody was dancing and it was that masked figure that just looked kind of like who was Haley Steinfeld going to be in this movie? It's all this mystery about it, and I like that.
Yeah, nah. I'm with you, man. Ryan Coogler's been my favorite filmmaker since I saw Creed with my dad, and it was cool too. And we saw so true story. When we saw Creed in Chicago. It was a Q&A. It was him, Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, and my dad and I were kind of like, it's really cool because we were like right a few rows in front of him, obviously. And also, this was like right after the Fruitvale. But what's really cool is that I remember like that same night, it was like a rumor about like him might be doing Black Panther. And the next day or day after, we were like, he's doing Black Panther. Yeah. So we saw him like the day before he got announced to be Black Panther. And jealous. I said, yo, after seeing Creed, I said, yes. I was like, yes. But I'm with you, man. I think, which one was it? Was it the one with the mask?
No, because I just remember the picture of Haley Steinfeld. I know Shameik Moore is going to be all over this movie, bro. I know, bro. He's going to be the first one in the theater, man.
You read my mind. That should have been me. That should have been me.
In the interview, he's like, I was very excited to work with Haley. It's is like how is like the coolest Spider-Man, the one with all due respect, the one with the least amount of Riz. I've never seen so little Riz before. Like,
also, he was in Dope. Come on, bro.
It's like, man, talk about taking the L. Because like first it was he's thirsting after Haley, and then she gets engaged, and then it was like the whole him and Laura Harrier, also from a Spider-Man movie. It's like, bro, I've never seen anything like this before.
Take it down,
dude. Yeah, like he loved her. She's like, I'm sorry, but you're a fucking crew. I'm like,
oh man, that was But no, I'm with you, man. Ryan Coogler can do no wrong. If you ask me,
no, exactly. This movie's gonna be killer.
It's gonna be. It's going to be so good. I can't wait for this. Again, also, it's an original film, studio film, IMAX 70mm. So you have the IMAX 143 70mm. See this movie at IMAX again because he's using Chris Nolan's cameras as Jordan Peele did with Nope. I love seeing young filmmakers use IMAX because Chris Nolan has paved the way for everyone, as we all know.
I want to see like more original films like this too, especially in theaters, bro.
I know, big theaters, like this level, this budget, and that kind of like spectacle of IMAX. Oh, dude, I cannot wait for this movie. I love Michael B. Jordan a lot too. Also, our boy from Ballers is in this too.
That's right.
Omar Benson, right?
Yep.
Where's there he is? There he is. Yeah.
There he is.
There's Chuck from. It's funny how he was in the Entourage for Eminem's Entourage and 8 Mile. He also in 50 Cent's Entourage for his 8 Mile movie too. Get Rich or Die Trying. So
he was in that. I gotta watch it again. Damn,
he was in both those movies as like the Entourage guy. Wow, but great actor.
And Transformers.
Oh, that's right.
He was part of Anthony Anderson's Entourage in Transformers.
That's right. Gets through the glass door. But no, I'm with you, man. Yeah. Again, Ryan Coogler can do no wrong to me. I think he's one of the best filmmakers working today. Again, he hasn't had a bad film. Hasn't had a bad film, but I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, you and I both, man. It's day one, bro, for us. Sinners. Oh, I cannot fucking wait for this movie.
I can't wait to finally meet Shamik more in the theater, bro. I'm so excited. I'm be like, Shamik, we over here, bro.
You should IMAX, bro. On the IMAX theater. Shamik, where you going? Shamik just runs off.
We're just kidding, Shamik. We love you, and we're really excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, man. Do your thing, man. Lay low for a little bit. Get a safe house. Yeah. All right, man. Go ahead.
Let's see. The Smashing Machine, directed by one of the Safdie brothers, A24.
Right.
This movie, I'm really excited for this movie. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in an A24 movie. Emily Blunt is going to be in it as well, and I'm excited for this one just because it looks like it's going to be outside of The Rock's wheelhouse. It's been like like the past few years, like I feel like we've just been seeing The Rock play himself, basically. And so like with this, it's like, because also I love A24, and Safdie brothers, like Uncut Gems was that might be. That's top 3 Adam Sandler movies, but and it introduced me to the Safdie brothers. So again, like this combination.
Have you seen Good Time yet?
Good Time with Robert Pattinson? Yeah. Not yet.
We gotta watch it.
Yeah, add that to the list. We need to make like a whole Google Docs about all the movies we got to see. But this movie, because someone had pointed out, like, The Rock kind of just tends to play like the same type of character, and he kind of falls into like the same roles. So with this one, I feel like it's going to challenge him as an actor, and I'm just really looking forward to that, because I do like Dwayne Johnson. I think he seems like a cool guy, but he just kind of his movies have become, with the exception of Black Adam, have become a bit stale to me, because again, he just kind of, it seems like he keeps doing the same shit. Yep. And even well, I won't get into that. I was going to talk about a Fast X a little bit, but it's just like, I'm excited to see him do something different. And like, I never thought I'd see Dwayne Johnson in an A24 movie, so I'm super looking forward to that.
Yeah, a lower budget movie, say at least, too.
Yeah, like this is like, again, it's like I'm excited to see him like kind of push himself as an actor.
Yeah,
feel me?
I'm with you. Do you think that? Okay, first off, do you think? Okay. First off, did you see the thing that happened at the Golden Globes the other day when the Vin Diesel called out the Rock? He goes, "How's it going, Dwayne?" And the camera comes to Dwayne, and Dwayne's like, "Mm-hmm." But I'm like, I thought y'all like.
Yeah, I thought y'all cool. I said I was gonna bring it up, but fuck it, because he was like, I don't fuck with Vin Diesel anymore. But then he shows up in Fast 10, and I'm like, no disrespect, but it's like I feel like you kind of needed that Fast 10 cameo because your movies maybe weren't really doing too well. So it's like, okay, well, the Fast franchise is a pretty successful one, so let me try to hop back onto that.
Yeah, when Diesel walks out to do the best blockbuster of the year, whatever the hell that was, he walks out, he goes, "What's up, Dwayne?" And then Dwayne's face was like, and I was like, it was kind of cringe because I was like,
I got to see that. I got to see that clip after this.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it was like, oh no, and I think Vin Diesel, I forgot what happened, but no, I'm with you though. Do you think? Also, I think you and I both agree. I think his really kind of like good best like last good acting role was probably Ballers.
Damn, yeah, because with that one, it's like, honestly, yeah, because it was like he was still kind of playing himself in a way, but it wasn't like I'm playing myself and I'm trying to make it seem like I'm just like the coolest, most successful guy, whatever. Like he was cool and successful in that show, but you saw like a lot of his flaws and like the stuff that his character was kind of going through. Because one thing I heard him say about Ballers was like, Ballers was if I had stayed in the NFL and, just like what my life would be. So it's like, it's kind of me, but just if I went down like a different career path or if I stayed in the original one. So it's like, in a sense, it is kind of him playing himself, but it wasn't like him being like a caricature of himself. It was just kind of, you feel me? Like, it's like, okay, cool. And also like, it was still like when he was not like on the rise, like he was just up and coming, but it was like, he was so popular and like really successful. And like, no one really had any issue with him that I remember. But lately it has been kind of like, I need to see something different.
Okay. 2 things. I have a weird hunch right now. I don't know why. I think this might be one of the movies we see at South by Southwest. I have a weird hunch. I'm
with that. You heard that too?
I'm scream, yeah. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm with you. Yeah, I agree. I think this might be one of like the midnight premieres or kind of like the work in progress movies.
I really hope so because I'm like, I gotta fucking see this movie, man.
If not this, it might be at CinemaCon, but we'll see. But I think this might be because A24 loves going to South by Southwest. Everything Everywhere All at Once, even that Boo Boo West Y2K movie that Moses liked, I didn't like. I think this might be one of the surprise movies at South by. I have a weird
make it happen South by. Make it happen.
Cause I think Good Time was at South by too, so you never know. Also, wait, where's the thing I'm gonna show you too?
Yeah, this one was Benny Safdie. Okay.
Yeah, because Josh is doing the one with Chalamet about like Catch Me If You Can meets Wolf of Wall Street apparently, like with ping pong.
Yeah.
Four movies. Yeah, you seen it before?
Yeah, I saw this and they're all from separate movies. That's insane because I can identify like one of these movies I legit have not seen, but it's like you do be doing the same shit.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji Next Level,
Rampage is one of them,
and Journey to the Center of the Earth 2.
That's right. I saw Journey to the Center of the Earth Part 2 when I had COVID, and it did not make me feel better, bro.
I'm more sick, bro.
No, that shit, God. Dude. Because it was like I'm on the couch and I'm like, there's literally nothing else left.
This is killing me.
Dog,
you want to get some more COVID? Watch your
bro.
Too.
When that movie ended, I was like, wow.
My life's. You're like, my life.
It's like I thought I was doing bad when I had COVID, but after the movie, I'm now doing worse.
Fuck, man. You're just like, shit. All right, nice pull.
No, yeah, the Smashing Machine. I'm looking forward to that. That was my nickname in.
I can't wait for
college.
That.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, family members and fiance. If you're watching this, I didn't have any nicknames in college.
I can't. I'll plead the fifth. I can't confirm nor deny that. So I'm you fucking. Smashing.
Anyway.
First thing on 2025, everybody. Oh my gosh. All right, so Smashing Machine, for me, might be controversial. It's Michael, the biopic about Michael Jackson.
Oh fuck! I can't believe I didn't put that on. That was an honorable mention for me.
Listen, I get it. As anyone did, Michael Jackson's music definitely was a big, when we were growing up. Like you heard it anywhere, any kind of like birthday party, any kind of like sock hop, or any kind of like school dance, whatever. You would hear Thriller, you would hear Beat It, you would hear Man in the Mirror, whatever. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy since then about, if you watch the documentary, I've seen it. It's very unsettling. The Leaving Neverland.
Finding Neverland, I think was the Johnny Depp movie.
I better watch my mouth. I gotta be very careful what I say.
Don't get Johnny Depp in trouble again, bro.
Was it Leaving Neverland?
What?
This was the one. The two men that came out against him.
What was it? Streaming
on HBO.
Damn. Okay.
Dude, I watched it with an ex-girlfriend. I thought I didn't feel right. I was like, oh no. I said, oh no. It's a tough watch. These men there's a lot of controversy came out. A lot of people were like, they're liars, doing it for money. It's like, we weren't there, obviously. I have thoughts about things, of course, but I do think you still separate the person from the art from the artist most of the time. Yeah. Most of the time. I think of, again, fucking weirdo Kevin Spacey, but I love Baby Driver. Usual Suspects I love.
Usual Suspects, Superman Returns.
It's tough.
Damn, 7, spoiler alert.
7. Yeah, it's like, it's tough, but I'm like, I definitely separate the art for the most part. Yeah. I understand people can't do that, and I respect that to the fullest extent, but it was definitely a tough watch documentary, and I felt kind of like after watching it. But the reason why I'm looking forward to this movie is because one of my all-time favorite filmmakers is Antoine Fuqua is doing this. And, that's my man. That's my boy right there, man. From Training Day, Equalizer to the Max 7 remake. He's great filmmaker. I mean, I think what else he's done that I loved.
Infinite.
It's funny.
Oh, Southpaw?
Southpaw. I love Southpaw. Antoine Fuqua to me is one of those kind of this really gritty and raw directors. You're just like, yes, get it. I haven't yet. I haven't seen Infinite. I was on Prime the other day. It was like, you like Infinite? I'm like, would I? I heard it's really bad, but no. I love the Equalizer movies. I love Infinite.
The Guilty.
The Guilty, Southpaw, Olympus Has Fallen is a banger of a movie. Like,
he did Brooklyn's Finest.
He did, yeah.
That's my shit.
I watched it recently. I thought it was awesome. Great cast too.
I saw that in theaters with my mom.
Ooh, I'm jealous.
Loved it. There was a couple of little scenes where it's kind of like shit, but like it was like damn, it's a good movie though.
Great cast: Richard Gere, Don Cheadle, Ethan Hawke, Wesley Snipes. Yeah, R.I.P. Michael Kenneth Williams. Great cast.
Shooter. I like Shooter. Yeah.
Come on, kind of throwback, like like espionage, like the espionage, like manhunt movies. Yeah. But I'm a huge fan of Fuqua, so I'm like, he's doing like a non-action thriller movie. He's doing a biopic. Okay, I'm with that. I
feel like that movie's gonna slap.
I really hope so, because also is that
they got his nephew playing. Yeah.
And it was supposed to come out in 2 months, but I think it got pushed back for the awards season, which kind of makes sense. But again, you have a family member doing it. Has a great cast too. Like it has his nephew's playing him. Who's also in it? Miles Teller's in it. Coleman Domingo's in it.
Who was Miles Teller playing?
John Branca, it is lawyer or who was John Branca? Who was John? Lawyer. He was his lawyer. Yeah, he was a lawyer. Laura Harrier. So sorry.
Oh
wow.
Lorenz Tate. Okay.
Yeah, Nia Long. Yeah,
who was Nia Long playing? Not his mom.
Catherine Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's. So solid cast. John Logan wrote this. John Logan wrote Skyfall. He wrote The Aviator. Wrote Gladiator. He wrote a lot. Alien. He wrote Alien Covenant.
Penny Dreadful. Oh, that's my shit. Penny Dreadful was my fucking show.
Rango. Last Samurai.
How diverse.
Gladiator and Any Given Sunday. He's a super good writer, so I'm like, we got a good writer. And Miles Teller was saying in an interview recently, he was like, this movie's gonna be really good, really special. But also too, I think a lot of people are going to this movie because of like it's coming out after the documentary about those the two victims. So it's like it's survivors, victims. It's definitely gonna be kind of how do you separate the art from the artist, whatever. But I think it's I thought I said Michael Jackson, Aziz Ansari. I was like, wait a second. What? I was like, wait, hold up, what now?
Aziz Ansari as Michael Jackson. That would be a movie.
I still feel like Michael Jackson is, I think to this day, still the king of pop. He's one of the most, one of the biggest celebrities of all time, no matter how long it's been since he's passed. But again, Antoine Fuqua's doing it. John Logan's doing it. You have a great cast. Again, you have his nephew playing it. So I think it's gonna be a good movie. I think people who are involved is again the good choices or whatever. But we'll see. And because Lionsgate will be on the press list for this.
Oh, so, can't wait.
I'm looking forward to this. Again, Antoine Fuqua to me again. With all his movies, no, but he's still one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. I feel like he can definitely do like really good character-driven stories too. And watch The Guilty. The Guilty was like a very, very heavy dialogue, character-driven story, and I was like, I like that. But again, he's definitely more known for like the high-paced action, Equalizer, Training Day movies. But like, I want to see him do again a biopic, more like human story. So I'm looking forward to it because of Antoine Fuqua especially. So yeah, Michael is on my list.
I'm with that. Another honorable mention for me.
All right, my friend, floor is yours.
So for me, my final movie is Black Phone Part 2.
I forgot about that one too. Yeah, honorable mention.
You feel like Black Phone was it was better than I thought it was gonna be. Like the trailer seemed like okay, like it looks like a fine like horror movie. It looks cool or whatever, but it looked kind of like basic. But watching the movie, it was essentially anything but basic. And Ethan Hawke. The mask and just how like just mentally fucked up he was this movie. Like I like that a lot, and I love Ethan Hawke. Gattaca, Training Day, Predestination. Predestination is my favorite Ethan Hawke movie. I think he was even almost or at least was up for the role of Doctor Strange in the MCU.
That's right.
Unless,
yeah. I think so. Yeah, because of Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh. Sinister, you feel me? So I loved it. The spoiler alert, the twist with his. I guess this is like
Wrong. This is the wrong movie.
I think because sometimes people be doing like those fan art, those fan made posters where
black phone at home.
I know, right?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, there you go. But no,
It was so creepy.
yeah, dude, that picture just
so
like
creepy, bro.
just how like weird and unsettling it is. It kind of gives, and not in a bad way, but it gives kind of like toned down long legs a little bit. Just how just how like because he right here, face is all painted and shit.
I never thought right now. You know what? On my tongue, we saw long legs over the summer. I was like, what does this remind me of?
It's long legs. It's like it's I like that first movie a lot. I saw it with Kaylin before we were engaged, but it's
creepy. It's really
creepy, but
creepy.
I like that,
especially like
oh my god, yeah.
It is creepy. I love this one too. I love this like Blumhouse that did
the fucking grotesque smile with how he like does his hands like
hang
that.
Up the phone devil now. It's
dude,
like, shit.
He's like, don't go up there. He's waiting for you. And like when he had the fucking belt, listen.
Yeah.
As a child, we were all scared of the belt. I don't know about you, I was, bro. So like when he fucking went up there,
belt came out, and I said, shit.
I've gotten the belt before. It's never been like where like I turned the corner and like someone was waiting with the belt. So like, dude, that I was just like, ooh, it took me back. No. It took me back to my youth a little bit.
The actual black phone.
That's but
it's so creepy, dude.
Nah, like this movie, holy shit. So yeah, part 2, that's my number 10. I'm really looking forward to that one, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. And again,
it's just fucking scary, and it's nighttime right now. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, we got to rewatch it before the new one because we'll do the press screen for this one as well.
Can you imagine? It's the same kid. Like it's the same character. Is it gonna be?
I think it's the same characters, right?
It's gonna be. He's gonna get kidnapped again.
It was Ethan Hawke this time.
Ethan Hawke gets kidnapped. He's like, no, yeah. The roles are reversed.
I think it's the same crew. Yeah, I think it's the same. What is? Yeah.
No, it's not gonna be all the same
October.
characters, right?
Good. Also, too. I think I'm surprised it came out over the summer when it came out in 2022. I mean, again, it did very well, but like definitely more of like a spooky time like movie.
Yeah. Scroll on because I want to see.
Yeah, there is.
The same. Okay.
Yeah, but I wonder why.
Because now I'm wondering. What else has he been in, by the way? Mason.
He's gonna be in the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of don't care about that movie. I only saw the third How to Train Your Dragon movie, so it's just you feel me. So I'm just kind of
the first one. Yeah. For All Mankind, Evil. Walker, Incoming, Monster Summer.
Wait, Walker? No, that's not with Jared Padalecki. Young Walker? Yeah, that's him. that's dude from Supernatural. I don't know if you've seen that show.
No, I have not actually.
You know what? I'd recommend it. I haven't seen Walker, but yeah.
CW.
It was funny too because I was listening to a podcast with them. Like Jared Padalecki was saying, like I only wanted to like executive produce the show, but then I got wrapped into being the main character again.
You're the star in this. All right.
He's like, I just finished Supernatural. I didn't want to act anymore.
You acting in this?
Yeah. But no, yeah. Black Phone Part 2. Really looking forward to that movie.
I have a funny story about Black Phone actually. If Hamza listen to this, you know what I'm talking about. So Harkins had like a screening for like Harkins Reward members. Like this is like 2022. I was living in Tempe at the time, and Hamza wanted to go have dinner with me, so we had dinner in a movie. We wined and dined a little bit. But Hamza, it's a movie because Hamza's a big movie fan too. And we saw it at a screening at Harkins City Marketplace, and through like Harkins Rewards, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And when the movie ended, the kid in front of me, no joke, was like this, like got up and was like. And the dad was like, sit down. the dad just like shoved him down. And me and Helen were laughing so hard. No. We were like, we couldn't stop laughing.
He was the only one that was clapping?
Yeah, he stood up. He was like, and the dad was like, sit down.
There was that show, Martin, there was this character. He's like, man, sit your ass down.
And that's what Hamza did. But the weird thing is that we're walking, not weird, but like good for them. We're walking down the theater, right? Talking about whatever. And these two, I would say, older couple, right?
Yeah, more advanced in years.
We're just just like making out like crazy.
Oh man!
And then Hamza goes, "Hey yo, what the fuck?" And Hamza was like, "A movie about killing children make you horny?"
They were in the Black Phone Theater.
Yeah, they were in the front row. They were in you walk out, you know where like the handicap seats are, like the kind of like by like the stairs, or whatever. You walk out of the movie, they were just looking out, and Hamza was like, "What the fuck?" And Hamza was like, "This movie turned you on."
I mean, like, to each their own, I guess. That's definitely a particular. To each their own. To each their own. Yeah.
On air, real quick. I'm gonna message him right now about this, real quick. I'm gonna send him a voice message. Hey, we're on air right now for the podcast. Remember we saw the Black film a couple years ago, and remember the kid in front of him started clapping and standing up, and the dad like pushed him down. But the funny part is that we walked out, and that couple was making out, and you were like, "What the hell?" And you were like, "This movie made you horny about killing kids? Like, what the fuck?" But on air, tell that story right now. Miss you. He's gonna love that.
And the old couple too. That's
they
weird.
were like really making out. It wasn't like it was like going to town, and Hamza was just like, "What the fuck is this?" But yeah, that's my whole story. Though we were cracking up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Black Phone 2. My last two real quick. All right, my last two real quick is Wicked Part 2. Again,
I
love the first Wicked, as you all know. You're on the show now. I think if they can nail the landing to how well the first one was received and well made.
What was that final or that climactic song called?
Defying Gravity.
Defying Gravity.
That's the showstopper.
That was my shit.
Oh, it's so
that
good.
was my fucking shit. And like when her like cape was just like super fucking elongated, and I was like, this I likes that. Yeah,
that and if you ever see the stage plays, I think it's actually coming to ASU actually this spring. Really? That's how it ends the part 1. So it was very
and that's how before it goes into intermission.
Yep, intermission. Yeah. So I'm looking again as someone who loves Wicked so much. Again, I'm biased. Favorite musical of all time. Yeah. I just can't wait for part 2. I think John Chu did an amazing job. I think Cynthia did an amazing job. I don't really know why this didn't win the Golden Globes compared to Emilia Perez. I have seen Emilia Perez, but I'm a little more biased. But I thought what Wicked was like a very kind of like, it was like an OG Hollywood, like why we love the movies, why we go to the movies. It's a spectacle of it all. Yeah. And I think it was a little like I think it was snubbed a little bit.
It was.
And not gonna lie too, I was very happy for Demi Moore winning Best Actress for a comedy,
not for
Substance. They put Substance as a comedy.
The only reason I could kind of see that movie like being a comedy would just be, you remember that scene where, dude, the shrimp shit, and like the scene where she just fucking like super soldier kicked old lady Demi Moore like across the room.
You know, we're like, God damn.
Yeah, I was like, oh my, I was like, yo, give me that Substance, man. That Substance was the fucking super soldier serum.
I need it, but
she had like super. But no, what's up?
No, go.
No, like this one, because I know like when we had first, because we had brought up Wicked like months ago, before it came up, and I was like, I remember I said like I was a little bit iffy on it. Like going in, I think I like lightened up a little bit, but I was still just kind of like, but like I'm watching the movie with the missus, bro, and just it was like the movie was solid, like it was good, like I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this, but that whole Defying Gravity scene, I was like, okay, this made it go from like a 7 to like an 8.5 for me. That was my fucking scene, bro.
I'll be really curious if you and Kaylin actually go see it at Gamage before part 2. I'll be curious if you guys go see that, because I think it's definitely worth seeing on Gamage, but will that ruin seeing part 2 for you?
It might, because the only thing is because I'm assuming they're gonna go past where the film ended. So it's like, it's like, it's because now I want to see it. Right, now I want to see the stage play.
There's been a resurgence in the stage play now because how well the first one did so well. And I mean, it was a big hit this last year. So yeah, we get part 2. Can't wait for that. Again, I think John Chu, Cynthia, RM did a phenomenal job. So I can't wait for that. I'm super hyped for that. And then let's see. My last one is Tron Ares. It was between this and Nobody 2. Because I love the first Nobody so much. Because it's a sleeper hit. I remember me and Hamza saw it during like COVID. We were all masked up, whatever. We're like, all right, whatever. And it's very like, if John was like a fucking suburban dad.
Yeah.
And I still love someone on Letterboxd said, my dad halfway goes, whispers with me, goes, "This is my Black Panther."
Oh my God.
I'll find it. It's so.
Nobody is Black Panther for suburban dads.
Yeah. This is my Black. Nobody movie. This is my Black Panther. Hold up. I really hope I can find. I have a screenshot of it. Not Joker. But no, it was Nobody 2, because I really liked the first one a lot, and I said, that's tough, man. That's tough, because I'm like, it was that, and obviously Black Phone 2 one of mine too, and I was like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going with Tron Ares, because I feel like Tron. I don't know about you. I love Legacy.
Legacy was cool. Bro. Like I liked it a lot. I had fun with it, but like I didn't see the first one, so it was just kind of like I'm kind of watching it as like it's just like its own little like thing. The only thing I know about Tron Ares is obviously it's a sequel and Jared Leto's gonna be in it. But so like I am kind of looking forward to it. It did seem like they were setting it up for a sequel at the end of Tron Legacy, so I'm excited to see where. Is it going to be a sequel or is it going to be a reboot?
So I think it's a sequel / reboot because Jeff Bridges is coming back too.
Okay, yeah, I saw that. I saw like an image of him.
Yeah, I really do wonder if it's going to be. I think it's going to be because they were going to do a third one with Olivia Wilde and Garrett Hedlund. What's his name? He was in Four Brothers. He was Tron Legacy.
Yeah. I think he was in. Was it Pan with Hugh Jackman?
Oh my God, he was.
He was Captain Hook in that movie.
Oh, he fucking was. You're absolutely right. So, and I thought, because I loved the whole thing because he was like, he was Jeff Bridges' son. That like when we try to go find him in the grid. The thing that worries me is that the guy who did this movie did the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie. That movie fucking sucked. That movie was ass.
With Javier Bardem?
That movie was ass. That movie was not good.
That movie let me down, but I liked it more than 4.
Oh,
but
man.
Here you said it's kind of making me want to watch 4 again.
Yeah. Oh no. No. Because 4 was bad. 4 was bad too.
4 was rough because it was 4 was like if you went from Avengers Endgame to Iron Man 3. Because it's like, you have like the giant climax and, it's Davy Jones and it's all the pirate kingdoms and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, well, here's just Jack Sparrow with like some of the other people that are in it. And like he's looking for like the fountain of youth. And, because, not to get like super into that, but, yeah. So.
No, I really do hope that like, because it's been also, 15 years since Tron Legacy? We were in middle school when that movie came out.
Oh my God. Yeah, that like 2010 or some shit like that? Was it Cillian Murphy in that?
He fucking was.
So Cillian Murphy in that, because I'm like, what? No disrespect to Cillian Murphy, but like, I think that's also why I was like, they've got to be setting this up. He can't just be in like this little of the movie, right?
That to me, it's why it was like as a kid, I get so mad. Like I want to see more. You set up all this stuff, and I was like, okay, like make it happen. Like I want to see more of this. I want to see like how like what happens next, because like they had a really big like kind of like cliffhanger with like Olivia Wilde now, who was was in the real world. And she didn't like blow up. She didn't it's the fizzle.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Cause you know what? Because I think that 2010 era of live action Disney movies, it felt like they kept trying to set up like franchises, because it was Tron, Sorcerer's Apprentice, The Lone Ranger, Tomorrowland, just at least to name a few, but it kind of seemed like, okay, well, what's our next Pirates of the Caribbean? Yeah. We need our next Pirates of the Caribbean.
They were down bad.
Yeah, and it's like, like these movies are kind of like cool and fun, but I think the thing that separates Pirates of the Caribbean from those other movies was like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, we just kind of want to make a good, fun movie, and we made it. Okay, everybody likes it. Let's make some more, and and then it was as successful as it was. With everything else, it didn't really feel like we want to make these movies because we want to make these movies. It felt like you know, a little how we were talking about Dwayne Johnson. Like we kind of want like all of the success, and we're just like really trying to chase the bag.
Yep.
There's that there's like a genuine quality that is like missing from these attempts at starting franchises.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this was one of them. And I think it was ahead of its time. This one was, and also this was the first time we saw really de-aging like this in a movie like this.
Yep, yeah.
And look now, you're like, oh no! Like back then it looked pretty good, but now you're like, oh no! You're like, this is a video game cutscene.
There was a scene in Tron Legacy where I think it was Jeff Bridges, and he was talking to like the younger version of him.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And the younger version of him was like, hey, am I still like the perfect program? And Jeff Bridges was like, yeah. Like it was just kind of just like very Jeff Bridges.
I know that scene so well.
It was kind of like sure, I get. You know, it's just like how he said. He's like, yeah.
That had Jeff Bridges kind of. Yeah, look at that. Like that's kind of like, oh boy. Like,
I don't know. For 2010, that's not too bad.
Right back then, but now it's evolved so much so quickly. You're like,
if that came out 2000, if that came out now, like everybody would be saying like, oh, the CG. What the?
Bill Maher.
Because I was like, what the fuck?
Bill Maher, yeah.
What was Bill Maher doing in there?
But yeah, look at that. They definitely. I really hope, but again, if they're bringing back Jeff Bridges, why not bring back Garrett Hudlin and
because who the fuck is Jared Leto playing?
I don't know. That's why I put it. The reason I put it on my top 10 was because I was obsessed with Tron Legacy, man. Like that was my whole the fucking Daft Punk soundtrack. Like I remember. So also Disneyland during 2011 from like that movie came out to like summer. They built the grid at Disneyland.
Oh my god!
And it was so cool. I walked in, I was like, "Holy shit!" I had the fucking frisbee from Tron somewhere in my parents' house somewhere, like the whatever. Like I had the video game, I had the online game. Like I just loved this movie so much because I was like, "Holy shit, this is so cool." Again, when you're in middle school, when we were in some game that came out, we were like, "Holy, what the fuck? What is this? This is so cool!" So it's very ahead of its time. I think this is. I could be wrong. Back in 2010, when Netflix had streaming for the first time, but it was like all like random shit. It wasn't original programming. I think I watched it on there. No, it's a damn lie. I watched it on Disney Channel the week before it came out. Because Disney Channel had Tron on. I was like, as a kid, I was like, this is kind of dumb. This is kind of like. Okay, it's kind of like very like corny, like
Tron Legacy.
No, the first.
Oh
one,
no, the original, the
Tron,
first one.
82.
Okay,
and I was like, man, as a kid, I was like, this is kind of silly. It's kind of goofy. The pew 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 pew. I'm like, is this what am I watching here? But the trailers sold me. I remember the first Tron trailer came out like almost a year prior, and it was a cool teaser because it's not a scene in the movie. It was like, oh, it's a great teaser. It's like two people on a grid, a dark night, kind of dark at night, like. Kind of like trying to chase the other person. It was a cool. I'll send it to you. It was a really cool teaser trailer, but it was so cool because it had nothing to do with the movie. It was kind of just like one of the random kind of one-off teasers. Oh. And as a kid, I was like, that looks cool. Yeah. And I remember watching the first Tron, and I was like, okay, it was cool, but like, it was when we were 13. I was like, okay, it's kind of silly and kind of like cheesy, but I was so looking forward for Tron Legacy, and I love Tron Legacy. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. It's an awesome movie, so let me look at that. Like as a kid, you're like,
hey, you know what? Let's add those ones to the list too. Yeah,
we'll watch it before the new one comes out. But no, I'm looking forward to this movie. Again, I don't know why it's in my top 10. It barely squeaked on by. But by the time on my list, I was like, nah, Tron again, it could be either really good or dog shit too. And no, again,
one way to find out.
I don't want to blame Disney for everything, but to your point though, like they kind of try to like revive these franchises and either kind of like have no soul or have no like purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of worried.
There's no like sincerity to it.
And also too, technically Jeff Bridges, spoiler, 15 years, died at the end of Legacy. Remember he was like, I'm so proud of you, son. Say, I want to go back out there. And because remember he like kind of like absorbed other younger Jeff Bridges.
I don't remember. Okay, so clearly Tron Legacy did not leave that much of an impact on me.
Okay, recently, that's why.
Okay, yeah, because I remember like seeing the trailer, and because I hadn't the trailer to Tron Legacy was my introduction to Tron overall. And the trailer, I was like, yo, what is this? Because, it's kind of like dark and, sleek and cool and all that kind of shit. So I was like, okay, bet. The movie, it was kind of like, I think I learned after Legacy that that Legacy was a sequel.
Yeah.
But...
And you can also watch Legacy on its own, I feel like.
No, you can, because they kind of like touched on some stuff from the first one, so I never felt lost. It really just felt like, it's a good like standalone movie too. But I'm wondering, because how you said he got absorbed in, I'm wondering if it's just like when he comes back, when Jeff Bridges come back, either one, it's gonna be like through flashbacks, or it'll be like, since he got like absorbed into it or whatever, is he gonna be like an amalgamation of like the real life Jeff Bridges and the kind of computer program Jeff Bridges? Is he gonna be like both of those characters as one?
That's why I'm really curious, and I'm not gonna lie. Disney IMAX, this was in 143 70mm as well. Could you imagine seeing that? Could you imagine seeing that on IMAX?
Legacy was in 143? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, they had the technologies. They blew it up at 143. And as a kid, money. Again, as a kid, I remember buying my own ticket for this movie, and I was like, I can't afford to pay $30 for IMAX. But I remember one movie that I remember missing out on IMAX, I was like, no. So I would love if Disney ever brings it back to IMAX, because it's the 1:43 aspect ratio.
Wow, yeah.
And we have a 1:43 ratio right here.
I fucking love 1:43. That's all my favorite shit.
Yeah, man. So could you? I mean, they probably won't do it, but if they can do like a re-release before the new one comes out, I would
make it happen, Disney. Make it happen.
I would see this movie in a heartbeat in 1:43. So yeah, so Tron Air is kind of like a random kind of a curveball. But man, yeah, I really am looking forward to that. But again, it could be really good, or it could be very. But to your point too, like curious about Jeff Bridges' like involvement.
Yeah, because now I'm wanting to watch the first two again.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, we'll probably watch all of them before the new one comes out. And again, I really hope it's going to be like worth the time and worth like, because again, also I'm mad that Kaczynski, who did the first one, also did Oblivion and Maverick, who's doing F1. He really wanted to make another one so badly. He was so close to making it. They were like, nah, bro, we good. Like,
because you said he did Oblivion and what else?
He did Oblivion, Tron Legacy, Top Gun Maverick. I also did a movie with, he did the one with Spiderhead. Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
Hemsworth and Miles Teller. Yeah.
That was, oh wow, okay. Yeah, Oblivion I liked a lot. I feel like the end was kind of like, but like visually it was like, wow, like this is like nice.
The end, fuck you, Sally.
Yeah, like I remember being in the theater just kind of like.
And okay. I think hot take. I think the reason why Oblivion. I think the reason why Live Die Repeat flopped was because Oblivion didn't do too well. People didn't like Oblivion.
I can see that. When because Oblivion came out, what,
2013? And then a year later. Exactly a year later.
Damn, yeah.
People were like, oh, another Tom Cruise alien movie? No thanks. And people were like, no, this one's actually really good.
Yeah, because Live Die Repeat was, for the longest time, I couldn't tell if the title was Live Die Repeat or if it was Edge of Tomorrow. Because I'm like, okay, you feel, because I'm like the title and the tagline, they're both only three words.
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
Because it was like that with This Means War too. Because like the tagline was like Spy versus Spy, and it was like This Means War. I was like, what the fuck is the title? Because I'm like, it could be either of these. But going back to
yeah, this real quick.
Yeah,
this is what I saw on Letterboxd. In the middle of the movie, my dad leaned over and whispered, "This is my Black Panther." On Letterboxd.
That's
4 stars.
Bro, this person's dad just went out like starting fights with people after this movie.
They're in the parking lot of Walmart. Hey, come here.
He's like, this movie just spoke to me.
This was my calling. But yeah, guys, those are our top 10. You had a few crossovers, but different in some ways too. Those are our crossovers. But let us know in the comment section, either on YouTube or Apple or Spotify, what are your most anticipated movies of 2025? Or some on our list. Maybe we even cover them at all. Let us know. But before we end the show, do you want to do our one-on-ones, or do you want to skip them for next week?
I have my one-on-ones ready.
Good.
I have my one-on-ones ready.
Also want to plug something at the end of the show, too. But, my friend, the floor is yours.
So, one-on-ones for me, for my show, I just finished this series, Superman and Lois. It's Yeah, I just finished season 4, which is the final season, and it's kind of bittersweet because I love the show, and it was supposed to go on for like 7 or 8 seasons, but everything going on with the CW with James Gunn's DCU, it got cut to 4, but you never really felt like, oh well, like you feel like it ended too soon, but you never felt like anything was rushed, and it was a great send out to the characters, and it's crazy too because this ends the entire superhero TV show era on the CW, and it started with Smallville, and it was him like growing up and becoming Superman. This one starts off, and it's essentially like him in like the middle of his life to the end. So it's like what an incredible way to bookend it, and it's like, you know, damn, I just been feeling kind of like nostalgic lately. Yeah. Like I'm a little bit older right now. You know, I have
getting a little wiser.
Yeah, you feel me? I got like gray hairs all over. Yeah, I got like I literally just saw the other day, like I had a gray hair like in this region of my head. Luckily, the majority of them were in the back of my head. I got like a couple in my beard, so it's like I'm starting to feel my age. My knee hurts.
My leg.
You feel me? Yeah, dude. But no, like great show. Really great show, and even when they announced it, like, you know, the pitch was like it's gonna be Superman and Lois focusing on being parents and like raising their kids, and like on the CW I was like I don't want to see that, but it just handled it so well. It's like if they did kind of like if like the Man of Steel, Superman and Lois were like married, toned down a little bit and put on the CW, like it's quality good, and it was like a lot of twists and turns. You know, the ending especially really like tugged at the heartstrings. But Anna Veneer, and also like Elizabeth Tulloch is probably my favorite live action iteration of Lois Lane. Like Amy Adams is up there, but
Amy Adams.
Because dude, like literally, like how she plays her, like very grounded. She's not like really, you know, very grounded, realistic, relatable, and you know she goes through some things on this show which just fucking it's like, goddamn, like I'm gonna tell you some stuff, you know, just after the show because spoilers. But yeah, for my show Superman and Lois, for my movie, just rewatched Coach Carter with the missus the other day.
Great soundtrack,
dude. Okay,
great soundtrack.
I gotta look into the soundtrack, but the movie itself, it's like, and it's making me just nostalgic for because this movie came out 2005, and I'm watching. I'm like,
Channing Tatum's in this, right?
Yeah, Channing Tatum, Rick Gonzalez, who else? Ashanti is in it.
That's right.
Octavia Spencer's in it.
That's right.
This movie, it's like I feel like they don't really make movies like this, and also just based on a true story, and just how he handles everything. Because for those of you who haven't seen it, he comes in, he's like, I'm trying to coach this basketball team, and it's kind of like a rougher neighborhood, and he takes it upon himself to not just coach them to be good at basketball, but he's like, listen, if you guys are going to be on my team, you sign this contract, you have to do well in school because, like XYZ, and like it goes into that, and like he's like, through the sport of basketball and through like the practice and the discipline of this sport, I'm trying to make you into men, basically. I'm trying to, because he's like, I want you to succeed on the court, obviously, but outside of court, I want you to succeed in life. And just, again, how they handle it, Sam Jackson fucking kills it. It's a great movie, and it's like I'm not a sports person, but I'm like, shit, man, I want to play some basketball too. But it's a great movie.
At the gym tomorrow,
yeah, but I'm like, my knee's about to fucking give out again, like my kneecap's about to slip back out. But like, great movie, great show. That's my one-on-one. Superman and Lois, Coach Carter.
Yeah, soundtrack's on Spotify. It's good soundtrack. Kane's on it, Common's on it. It's a really good soundtrack.
Shit, I'm about to add that right now.
It's
part
a really
of my
good
language.
Soundtrack. Yeah, I watched it like about a year ago too. I had the soundtrack playing in the car one day. I was it's a good movie. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, MTV Films, which is like not even a thing anymore.
I know, dude. I've only seen 2 MTV TV films. It was this and like Eon Flux with Charlize Theron.
You've seen Longest Yard?
Long time ago. Like it's like I've technically seen it, but I don't really remember.
Also,
like that.
Napoleon Dynamite is MTV Films too.
Was that MTV?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've seen 4.
Yeah, props to you. All right, Coach Carter. What a movie. Again, this is a great soundtrack. This is tough. I have my little list right here. You know what? I'm going to go, I don't know, I have my little notes right here. For my movie of the week, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with Ford versus Ferrari. I love this movie. I think James Mangold again proves why he's another great filmmaker. I haven't seen the Bob Dylan one yet, but like
That's got your boy in it.
The best actor, I think. Bitch ass Chalamet.
I love James Mangold, though. I love what he did with Indiana Jones, man. That's my favorite movie of his.
Over Logan?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
You sold me. I was like, over Logan? No, I really...
That was your face when I said that was my favorite movie.
I'm sharing the screen again. Like, when Nick said, like, and I was like, really?
Yeah. Over Logan.
No, Ford versus Ferrari is one of those movies that was like, you have two amazing actors in it. You have, like, for a 3-hour movie, it just goes by so fast. And again, this was one of the last Fox movies before Fox was bought by Disney. And kind of how we talk about, like, how Wicked was, like, this was kind of like those kind of, like, old school, like, spectacle, like, studio movies for an audience, for the big screen, for theatrical. It was just a fun movie. Again, for 2.5 hours, it goes by so fast. The driving scenes are filmed very well. Also, James Mangold is after Logan too, so like the hype was real for this. You got Christian Bale, you got fucking Matt Damon, whatever. It is a really like high adrenaline, like again, I'm not a car person at all either, but man, I was so intrigued by like the racing and the Le Mans and the whole thing, whatever. And Christian Bale and Matt Damon had great chemistry. It's a fun movie. It's really funny too. Really well made. Top tier filmmaking, directing, writing, and cinematography, and just kind of scope of the movie. Great movie. Came out 2019. Came out right before COVID hit too. But like I said earlier too, it was like we had this Ford Ferrari, Uncut Gems all in a row. It was like, yo, what a great like winter of movies. So for sure, check out Ford Ferrari. Great movie. And it was one of the last Fox movies before it became Disney. So check that out. And for my show of the week, you know what? Because season 3 is coming out next month, I'm gonna go with White Lotus.
Okay, I heard that's a really good show.
We should watch it. It's an anthology show. The first season had Sydney Sweeney, Steve Zahn.
Aubrey Plaza was on one of those.
She was in 2. Yeah, she was in 2.
Okay.
The first season to me is
James was in it, right?
Yeah, season 2. Season 2 gets a little more like kind of weird. Season 1's very weird, but I think season 1 still is the best, if you ask me. Jennifer Coolidge is in it, and she's kind of like Jennifer Coolidge.
She's in each season, though, right?
She was, yeah, she is. Yeah,
okay.
She is. Also,
ain't that her from Insecure?
Yep, she also was in Wild 'N Out back in the day, too.
She was on Wild 'N Out?
She was Natasha something. I'm blanking on her name. She's also in most of the seasons, too.
Okay.
She's really good. And also, what's homegirl's name? She was in
Alexandra Daddario.
Thank you so much.
And dude from The Office. He was in like the last 2-3 seasons.
Office, and also the brother in Craven the Hunter.
and Connie Britton.
Yep, Connie Britton. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What a cast.
Definitely worth. I think you and Cam like the show a lot, actually.
Because Kaylin's seen it, and she's always talking about it, but I have not had the opportunity to watch it yet.
This was like this, and Once Upon a Hollywood was my first interaction, things I'm seeing Sydney Sweeney, and she's really good in this as well. But
watch Euphoria, man, like that's my shit.
No, I watched Euphoria after seeing this show.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because at the time, like, you gotta watch Euphoria, so I watched Euphoria after watching this. But White Lotus is Mike White, who wrote School of Rock. He wrote Nacho Libre. It's a very kind of departure for him as a writer-director, because he directs and writes every episode of each season. Season 2 is good. Season 2 gets very more, I would say, graphic with the sex and like the kind of like the sexual tone of the show.
That's not for me.
It definitely is, I'll say, very interesting. Still worth seeing, but I think season 1 is a lot better for sure.
Sopranos.
Sopranos. This guy was in.
I think he was in Shark Tale. Matter of fact,
the brother, wasn't he?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Slight tangent. When I was watching like the bonus features for Shark Tale when I was a kid, I'm like, this is the most batshit bonkers cast I've ever seen.
Martin Scorsese?
Dude, yeah, I was like, what the Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, this gentleman for The Sopranos, Will Smith, Renee Zellweger, Angelina Jolie,
Bob Marley's kids.
Yeah, I was like,
it's such a random cast. Yeah,
like the thing that stuck out the most to me is At the time, it was Robert De Niro because I didn't really know who Martin Scorsese was. But now that I'm older, I'm like, Martin Scorsese? Like, no disrespect. I'm not mad at it, but
it's
why?
So random, yeah. It's so random. You're like, he probably was like, yeah, I love in kids' movies.
Wait, what's scroll to the, just so I can.
Dougie Doug?
Michael M.
Paroli? Yeah, he's in White Lotus. Yeah,
okay,
right here.
Yeah, because I didn't know what his name was.
He's also Goodfellas. He's also in. What was he in Bad Boys? What was he in Bad Boys?
Was he one of the? He was one of the rival cops.
Yeah, he was. Yep, he was.
And I just saw on the movie scroll back because there was one I didn't realize that he was.
My Baby's Daddy.
Oh, he was in that movie. Damn. Let's see. Keep going. The Lovely Bones.
He was in that. Yeah, he was in that. That's right. Good actor. So he's in season 2 of White Lotus. Not as good as the first season, but still very enjoyable for the most part. Season 3 is going to be in Thailand, I believe. So the first one was like, I think Hawaii. I could be wrong. 2 was in Italy, and I think 3 is in like Thailand. So it's a new location. So there's White Lotuses all over the country. Over the world.
Okay, because I'm kind of like, I guess what is the? It makes me wonder, like, what does the White Lotus like represent?
I don't want to spoil it for you, but we should watch it. It's basically every season, batshit crazy things happen.
I gotta watch this show now because I'm like,
it's crazy each season.
Because it just seems like one of those kind of like out there shows.
Oh, but it's so out there, but it's also very darkly, oddly funny too.
Okay.
But has a lot to say, a lot of commentary on tourism and a lot of things too.
I heard about that.
But definitely watch it. We should watch it. It's really good. I think season 3 comes out next month on HBO. Yeah, this show's a trip, but it's really good. It's cool seeing Mike White do some kind of like. Also, I love anthology series, so I'm like, cool. Man, there is some kind of like holdovers from other seasons too. Jennifer Coolidge and Natasha who was in she was also Wild 'N Out, also in Insecure. So there's some kind of connective tissue for sure, but for the most part, every season can be on its own. But it's a wild show, and there's a lot of nudity. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of nudity, both male and female. I'll tell you that.
That's not for me. That's not what I'm about. That's not the type of stuff I like to watch.
Oh, really, Smashing Machine? But yeah, those are our one-on-ones of the week. But before we close the show, my friend, I also want to plug something real quick. Our great friends, of course, at Frost Communications, and our lovely friends at Amazon Prime Video and MGM. We are also right now promoting a screening to our AZ listeners for a movie called You're Cordially Invited with the great Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon.
Hell yeah.
And I'm trying to pull up the link right now. Midway Avenue Productions. So to our listeners, if you go to our Instagram page, the link in the bio is the very first link. I'll do a little presentation for you guys real quick. So go to our Instagram page, and thank you, by the way. We have almost 4,200 followers on Instagram, which is huge.
Thank you all so much. That is incredible.
So if you do go to our link tree right there, it's the very first link, obviously. There was 4 screenings, but not to toot our horn, but we can't. We're good promoters, obviously.
We do our best. We do our best.
So there are gonna be 4 options for you guys. Please pick one. You can bring one guest. You can go by yourself. You can bring a guest, whatever. There'll be 4 screenings. Thursday, the 16th January at Harkins in Peoria. Wednesday, January 22nd at Harkins Campbell View in Fashion Square. Thursday, we'll be at that one by us, Harkins Chandler Fashion. That's the one we're going to. And then another one is Wednesday, the 29th at 7 p.m. And the 29th one is at Harkins Semi Marketplace. So you have 4 options, my friend. But what we ask of you, please, nicely, is that at the very bottom it says, for security purposes, that's right, because what happened with the leak. It says right here, how'd you about the RSVP opportunity? What group preferred you? You can say Doug and Nick, or you can say Midway Avenue Productions or John of Your Life. That helps us, the studio, our lovely PR firm, Frost Communications, Movies More Fun, help us kind of like do more of these events for you all down the road. But again, you have a lot of time left, so RSVP before it's too late. You get a cool VIP package too. Get there early just in case too. You can get an email from the lovely people at Frost and Movies More Fun. But before it's too late, guys, you're invited. So definitely check that out. Again, like I said, it's gonna be our link tree, link in our bio on Instagram, and it's the very first link. And so check that out, guys. Don't miss out on that. But Nick, where can our lovely audience find you at home?
So you can find me on YouTube at Donning Vision, capital D as in Donning, capital V as in Vision, and on Instagram at Donning Vision, all lowercase, all one word. And hey, if you want to follow my personal, it's at Ahmad Johnson 98. You can find me anywhere and everywhere that they have podcasts, and also obviously here at Midway Avenue Productions. I'm just trying to remember your life podcast. I heard Moses' voice like right here behind my ear. I was like,
better say it.
Yeah, but obviously you can find me here. This is. This is like my primary channel now. So,
sure. Yes, sir.
This is it. So, this is where you can find me.
And you can find me, of course, on Instagram at The Young Jones. You can find me on Twitter or X at Capri Sun, Capri_Sun, SON. And you can find the show socials at Midway Avenue Productions on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But I think TikTok's going away.
That's what I hear.
So enjoy it while it lasts. So if it does go away, we'll be definitely more active on Instagram and YouTube for sure. But yeah, guys, subscribe, rate the show, check out his amazing short film, check out Moses' amazing short film, all in our link tree under the RSVP for the screening. But yeah, guys, RSVP for that. But again, share, subscribe, like and comment, please. We want to hear from you guys. And of course, happy 2025. And of course, guys, we'll see you all at the movies.